Hey Twisters, welcome to opening night in the NHL. We'll be live tonight for a clash between the LA Kings and the Colorado Avalanche. Both teams, I believe, getting knocked out of the first round this past year. And happy opening night, of course. It's awesome to have hockey back. Of course, as a Sharks fan, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would start the season wearing an LA Kings jersey, but they are the home team. So I've got to be fair here. Got my Nordiques jersey right here. And I've also got my co-host, Cortana, going to be hanging out with us over the course of this evening. Cortana, you want to come say hi? Come here, girl. All right, good girl. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Let me know if for any reason we have any audio issues or anything like that. And just heads up, this game does not start until the scheduled start is going to be after 10:30 Eastern, so 7:30 Pacific, as the game is being played in LA. And this is the final opening game in Anze Kopitar's Hall of Fame career. So let's cheers to Kopitar. And let's also cheers to Gabriel Landeskog playing his first regular season game since 2022. So cheers, and cheers to all of you as well. All right. Well, yeah, so we're going to just be hanging out here for a little while before, we get into the pregame and all that. And, of course, say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from, who your favorite team is, if I don't know you already. Hey, Dean, good evening. Missed a vids, 1 down and 81 to go. That's right. We had a little bit of action earlier today with the Blackhawks falling to the of course, 2-time defending champion Panthers, and we've had this Rangers and Penguins game going on as well. We got RD, go Blue Jays. Who are they playing the Yankees? Because if so, good luck to the Jays. Travis says, let's go Avs. I'm sure that the Avalanche fans are pretty fired up now that they have look at their roster, right? Like, these guys aren't always playing in the lineup together, but now you have, Necas, Lehkonen, Nichushkin, Blackwood, and now Landeskog to support Makar and MacKinnon and company. Hugh, what's going on? Thank you. I appreciate that, and hope you're stoked for this season. And man, as a fan of a non-playoff team, even though it's been all too familiar for us in recent years. Whoa, anime nerd. Whoa, Eric, right? Another live game. Cheers to Kopitar and the long career, and cheers to you, Eric. And we'll give Cortana a treat if she comes over here in your honor. Sports Geeks, what's going on? Hey, it's great to see so many of our viewers here early. Here, Cortana, let's get a treat here from Anime Nerd's donation, and let's hook you up with another one. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Pat's winning on. Oh, yeah, they beat the Bills. That was bonkers, man. Like, any given Sunday, right? Like, the Eagles, they lost to who was that? Who beat the Eagles recently? It wasn't like was it the Broncos, or was it the Broncos playing the Colts? I don't know. Colts being a surprise team, by the way. Audrey says, "Let's go Kings." Yeah, they're they still have most of their lineup together. So even though in my season predictions video I might have disappointed a few people who might be viewing this live stream, I'm not going to say that they don't have a chance of being a playoff team yet again. They certainly do. The Broncos had beaten the Eagles. Okay, thank you. They seem to be getting back on track. Micro, what's going on? Leafs opening night is tomorrow. And on Saturday, just by the way, we will do a live stream. So Saturday night, late game, Sharks and Ducks. Sports Geeks is in the building. Good evening to you. If I didn't say hi to Dennis, I forgot you earlier. Hope me and Cortana had a great summer. Looking forward to the new season. I'm so glad it's not summer anymore. It's the worst time of year as a fan of the sports that I'm a fan of, being hockey and football as well. And not to mention my San Francisco Giants have been pretty irrelevant, and now they have a new manager, or they're going to have a new manager. But things have been pretty uneventful for me with baseball. The Kings fans might want to, go earmuffs here, but hopefully, I don't know. Wait, the Padres are out, aren't they? Yeah. I don't know. Brewers, if they won, that'd be nice. Pats have a legit chance of going 11-2 by the time their bye week comes. Oh, because they probably have an easy schedule. Hometown Buccaneers beat the Seahawks. Yeah, that was a crazy game. What a nice duel between Mayfield and Darnold. Actually, I have a helmet that's autographed by Sam Darnold as a Viking. It was on sale, so I bought it. But cool to see the two of them, resurrecting their careers and going at it in this most recent week. Honestly, don't know how long I'll be on. And Broncos, them horses beat us. Yeah. Well, you guys can take out your aggression on Thursday night as you play. Let's see here. Who do the Eagles play next? The Giants. Okay, so you can take out all your aggression on the Giants. Go for it. Then go to Cancun for the next week and a half, and then go to Minnesota. You don't even have to show up in that game. It's cool. You're still going to be in first place in your division, and then you can kick the crap out of the Giants again and also beat the Packers. That sounds good. Anyway, as a Vikings fan, that's our next game, but we have a bye. 37, how we doing? Good evening to you. I would love to see Brewers and Blue Jays. There we go. Yeah, that would be cool with me, even though I don't really follow baseball these days. What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? I last time I saw, the Penguins had a 1-0 lead, and they still do over the New York Rangers in the Mike Sullivan Cup, because now Sully is coaching New York. The only goal coming by way of Justin Brazeau, former Bruin and Wild. I'll be headed to the Lightning Devils game on Saturday. Oh, bitchin'. That's going to be a fun matchup. Absolutely. Now, the question is, are the Devils actually healthy for a change? Dennis, you might need to chime in here, but I think that they're entering the season at least pretty full strength, right? Looking good, Ben Kendall, our first pick this year, looks like the real deal. Oh, really? He's already on the roster. He must have had a pretty damn good camp. Artie party in full effect in the Pens Rangers game, and that is Artur Shilovs. Is that who we're talking about? Because I know he was the starter tonight. So yeah, he would be, knock on wood, of course. He hasn't let in any goals. Let's just put it that way. But right now he has stopped 23 shots, if I'm tracking things correctly. And there's just over 11 minutes left as from what I see here. Yeah, Artie party. I'm like, oh God. I know tonight we could have a Marty party with Martin Natchez, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, by the way, I got to put up my game banner. There we go. Yeah, the game banner returns. Guys, I haven't done a live stream for a game. I don't think I did it all in the playoffs this past year, but yeah, it's cool to be back doing this. I might be shaking off some Brian Rust here. I feel like goaltending and defense will be the problem yet again. I don't think you're wrong, but you can be a little opportunistic out there in what should be a fairly still kind of a weak division. Bodacious, welcome back. Kings hockey is back, and it's bittersweet that Kopitar is going to be playing his final season. Of course, as a Sharks fan, I'll miss him for his gamesmanship. Certainly not what he would do to us on the scoreboard, but absolutely first ballot Hall of Famer, unquestionably. And really, he's the one who should have his statue outside of Crypto.com Arena. I remember he led in 6 last year when Shilovs when the Canucks played the Flames in Vancouver's home. That's funny because the Flames had one of the worst offenses in the NHL as well. So for New Jersey, Stefan Nason, Jonathan Kovacevic, and Brett Pesce are currently injured. Yeah, that's not good. It's not catastrophic, but of course, all the best to them to heal up. But Stefan Nason, I hope he pans out well over there. We loved him in San Jose. I'm thankful for TK Travis Konechny. Then we've got X-Info. Let's go. Love hockey season. I'll drink to that. That's just so eloquent right there, right? Best time of year, right? We've got NFL going. It's getting a little bit more crisp in the air. And now we've got NHL hockey. I mean, I can't ask for all that much more. RD says, is this Crosby's final season? No, actually, he's signed an extension in the offseason, right, for like 2 more years. Mike, if you're there, correct me if I'm wrong. Either that or I'm just thinking about McDavid. But no, it's not Crosby's last season. Oh, it was that game. That does ring a bell. Right. Nick, what's going on? Good evening, man. Hey, congrats to Frank Nazar starting things out for the Blackhawks with a goal. By the way, folks, if you haven't already, you can check out my season predictions. I just uploaded that on the channel today. I don't know, Pro Bowl, what the reference is there, but well, hello there, buddy. Or hello, buddy. Well, anyway, Cortana, you want to come say hi? We got lots more viewers coming in here. Yukon, what's going on? Thanks for jumping in here. Hey, Cortana, you want some treats? She's got this rawhide-free stick that she's chewing on right now. There you go. Oh my goodness! Look, Cortana, why don't you get some apple? Oh my gosh, girl, what? Nice job, Cortana. A toast. Here's to a great season. Indeed. Izzy, okay. All right, Izzy, I see you. For the Lightning, Zemgus Girgensons and Nick Paul will not be on the opening. Yeah, Paul's going to be out for a little while, right? Because of ankle surgery. Oof. Although Tampa, that doesn't take away from their arsenal of weapons too much. Oh, Okay. It's been a long time since I saw, that would be what, from episodes 1, 2, and 3. Beckett Seneca, is he on the Ducks roster? Can somebody check that? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe Hockey Reference isn't my best tool for this, but is Beckett Seneca, he was what, like 3rd overall pick in 24? Yeah, he's on their roster. Wow. Good for him. Thank you, Izzy. I appreciate that. Wish the Hawks would actually, you know what? People like doing the new sub hype. So can we all drop some props to UConn women's team fan? That's Izzy, as she has joined the Twisted Wrister community here. That's very rad of you. Best hockey documentary. There are so many that I've yet to see, and there are a couple of people in our community who are like absolute gurus at showing us where you can watch different documentaries. But I would say that probably my favorite hockey film is a documentary, and that's The Russian Five. That is just a masterful storytelling job. I loved it. I've only seen it one time, but I'd watch it again and again. And I got my Red Wings banner right here, courtesy of Dan. Dan's gonna be popping in at some point. I'm feeling it. What do I think about the Tampa and Florida melee? Dude, that was whew. In preseason. I mean, you sometimes see scuffles like that, but like, God, there were like several hundred penalty minutes in those games. Unbelievable. I mean, what happens? What happens if they meet up in the playoffs again? Then again, it doesn't always get like super out of hand. Then you could say it's probably even crazier in the regular season for those teams. That unbelievable. Just we've been deprived of this kind of emotion and drama and vitriol on the ice for quite a few months. The Bob Probert documentary, tough guy, very good as well. I also read the book. The book is even more detailed. And in a way, it really does kind of tell more than what the documentary can show you in the time that you had there. For 7-0 loss in preseason. I know, right? It's like, guys, it's okay. I know some people are competing for jobs out there, but I mean, that the old days of like picking fights, and I mean that's not necessarily going to get you on the roster per se. Can the Kings get past Edmonton this year after they poached some of their guys? Yeah, Corey Perry, former Oiler Cody Ceci, is also on the Kings. And I mean, the way that I see it, it looks pretty likely that that could still be a first round matchup for the upcoming playoffs. Even though I had a different prediction for the Pacific Division, I still think the Golden Knights are going to finish in first. Opening day, what's going on, Trevor? How you doing, man? Ready for another year? And hey, you know, we'll temper our expectations as San Jose Sharks fans, but I think next year things are going to start turning a corner. We still have to be, keep our expectations fairly modest, but I think that they're going to, show improvement by then. This could be a tough year, but I'm excited to see, of course, Michael Misa and Sam Dickinson in that roster now. New to the whole hockey thing. So if you ask dumb questions, sorry. Hey, you came to the right place because we love dumb questions. No, there's no such thing as a dumb question here. We've got more than enough viewers here who will help you out, and I'll do my best as well. So please ask away. And I mean, shoot, there's even some stuff that I'm still, not familiar with myself. I don't remember, but I think Liev Schreiber, Ross the Boss Ray narrated some hockey documentary. Yeah, I forget which one. I don't know if he did Ice Guardians. I wouldn't necessarily think so, but that does ring a bell. The Blackhawks will not be pushovers this season, and tonight proved it. I was more annoyed that the fights just kept happening, which caused the game to be longer. Yeah, I know, for a preseason game. I mean, they should just call it at that point, right? And yeah, Pro Bolt, Liev Schreiber was, Ross the Boss in the Goon films. You think the Sharks will still be more competitive? I hope so, and I hope that that's because the defense tightens up. UConn has a good hockey program. I can't remember, is Quinnipiac in Connecticut? I remember them winning the national championship for men's hockey. Please, either the Oilers or Kings win the division. I really don't want Part 5 in the first round. Hey, are we going to get visited by one of the cats here? I don't know. We might have a cat walking around every now and then here. In addition to Cortana, of course. Well, hello, buddy. You going to come over here? No. All right. Let's see. And Nick's going to be at the home opener. Very exciting. I am a little bit jealous. I mean, I haven't seen NHL hockey in a couple of years in person. Someone had more confidence in the Panthers repeating when they beat at the buzzer, the trade deadline, when Brad Marchand was coming over. Dude, speaking of which, I mean, what a great job the Panthers did in the offseason keeping everybody together. The Nordiques jersey is killer. Thank you. CCM vintage. Right before, a little bit before we started getting like those kind of underwhelming Mitchell and Ness jerseys now that Fanatics owns them. Quinnipiac is in Connecticut. Okay. I don't even know if there's a team in your area. And even though your name has UConn in it, I'm not from the U.S. I'm from Quebec. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, of course, we wish that there was a pro team in Quebec still. Trayvon says Kings are going to take this one 4-3. Actually, what is our poll at right now? Everybody voting in the poll here. We've got the Avalanche by a 2-1 margin so far, but the Kings are the home team, so we'll see if the crowd can keep them in the game. Not sure if the Cats three-peat. Anything is possible, but even if they don't, I'm happy I got to see them get a cup and get another one right away. I mean, they've shown that they're going to be sticking around for a while, because they still have guys in their prime, and they have guys with the playoff experience, and they play that playoff brand of hockey. Hey, Cortana, do you need me to take you outside? You don't need to go outside, do you? Or do you want to just say hi again, Cortana? There you go, boo. That's a good girl. And if you haven't already, please do smash the like for Cortana here. She's one of the greatest co-hosts on YouTube. Watch the Kings or Oilers win the division, and the other comes in the wild card. Yeah. I mean, I can't see. Wow, that would be a really interesting shuffle in the standings, though. Because then you'd have to have another team enter the top 3. And like I said in my season predictions video, if it's going to be anybody, Anaheim Ducks. I'm thinking the Ducks. Nick, wow. 3 years as a member. It's been a while that I've had this membership. I remember becoming a member a day before I announced it on the channel. Actually, you did. That's right. I do remember that. I think you and I don't know if Mike is, but you're probably still the longest tenured member on this team or in this community. I'm sorry, shaking off rust, right? Spencer Knight had a pretty good game. Oh yeah, that's right, and he had to face his former team. How do I go about picking a team? Any tips? Great question. This is years ago that I made a video about that, so it's great that you asked it here. I'd like to make another video about that as well. And of course, because you're in Quebec, you don't have anybody all that close except for the Canadiens, who are a pretty exciting team these days because they have a lot of good young talent on that team. So you could go that route, or you could root for a team that has kind of the best look on the ice. Some people pick their favorite team because of the team's logo and their uniforms and, the intensity of the crowd if they watch the games on TV. So there are a couple ways you can go about this. Or if you have, if somebody in Europe asks me that question, I think about, okay, is there a star player who is from that viewer's country? Spencer Knight will be in the conversation to make Team USA. Wow. Because the U.S. has a really impressive goalie roster with like Connor Hellebuck and Jake Ottinger. Who else is American? Jonathan Quick. He's American. I know there's one other. Oh, Thatcher Demko's American as well. Feel that Montreal is building a monster that can make a deep run in the future. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because they really just shot up in the standings. Their points jumped up a ton last season, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to be at that level again. And yet, when you add Ivan Demidov into the equation and you get Noah Dobson as well, when you already have Lane Hudson, this team could be pretty scary. And could they flirt with the top 3 spot? I haven't heard too many people discuss that, but I know that one of our viewers here actually picked them to finish second in the Atlantic. Swayman and Wolf are also. Oh, yeah, of course, Wolf is American. That's right. I grew up like 45 minutes from his hometown. How do I feel Team Italy is going to do in the Olympics? I have no idea who's going to play for them. Can Andrew Mangiapane play for them? Can we get Tyler Toffoli? Can he play for Italy? That'd be dope. I'd love to see that. I mean, I'm just picking on anybody who has an Italian last name. Luca Cagnoni. Luca. Bellissimo. 2-0 Penguins with just over 2 minutes left. That goal, Brazo again. So he's got both goals for Pittsburgh. You had the Habs making the final. That is very bold. Very bold. The blue jersey in the background, what team is that? So that was the Quebec Nordiques. So the Nordiques played in the NHL from 1979 until 1995. And then they moved to Denver and became the Colorado Avalanche. So they used to play at the Videotron Center in Quebec City. The Felinos for Team Italy. There we go. Marco Rossi. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think it'd be awesome if we just made the Italian team all, NHL players with Italian last names. Damien Clara. If we're talking Italian nationals, that's about it. Oh, interesting. I have never heard of him. I for some reason I read Chara at first, and congrats to Zdeno Chara. He's having his number retired this year by the Bruins. And now we've got, a 3-0 lead for Pittsburgh. And that goal was probably wow, Brazo has a hat trick. That was an empty netter there. He got 2 empty netters. So he's got a hat trick on opening night. Who had that on their bingo card? Let's see here. I'm eligible to play for Team Italy at this point. I mean, shoot, what would that make me? 3rd generation Italian American? Would that make the cut? Hey, what's going on, Chance? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining us, and happy opening night. So let's see here. I'm probably going to be watching this game through Stream to Watch. Is that what it's called? Watch Sports. Yeah, Stream to Watch. There we go. Sukuna, what's going on? This and probably the best game of the ML postseason so far. I don't even. Yeah, I haven't been following the postseason, so I wish I could comment on that. But good luck to the Brewers, and yeah, I'd probably pick them. Oh, interesting. So, and he was born in Italy, or he was. I guess he's maybe he's got dual citizenship. Yeah, exactly. You're Signore. Third goal is actually going to be credited to Blake Lizotte. Oh, okay, yeah, I see that got changed on NHL.com. Hope the Blue Jays beat the Yankees. I mean, can't say I'm a fan of either team, but I'm definitely going to cheer for the Yankees to probably lose that game. Purely Italian. Cool. Yeah, we don't have too many Italian hockey players. I mean, back in like the early days of the NHL, you would have probably had more. You've got Daniel Sprung is the only guy from Netherlands. Actually, he's not even playing in the NHL this year, I don't think. You've got some guys from like Belarus, not too many, like Sharon Govich. I'm a Red Sox fan, that's why. Bertuzzi, yeah. Who am I gonna pick for this game? I'll go Kings. I think that Anze Kopitar is going to have an emotional game in front of his crowd for the start of his final season. Although it could be a pretty good goaltending matchup between Blackwood and Kemper. Yeah, Sprung's in the KHL. All right, so this game concludes, which is great. So, because usually these, if you're talking about like a triple header broadcast, like these things are usually way behind. But in this case, we're going to be able to start this game just about on time. So I'll let you know once we actually get to the puck drop. I might be a little bit behind on broadcast just because, I'm just seeing the Rangers wore their Centennial jersey, which was basically based on their original jersey from their first season in 1926. Wedgwood, you think is starting tonight? Really? Oh, that's a bummer. I was looking forward to Blackwood, but I mean, Wedgwood played pretty well for them last year. I'd have to get a Team Italy hockey jersey, but they probably still do they wear blue like they do for soccer, which is kind of a bummer. I want to see them wearing like their flag colors. That'd be sweet. Yeah, it's going to be Wedgwood tonight. Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know, fellows. Kopitar will be in the Hall of Fame in 29. I don't see why not. First balloter, yeah. I'd say the same thing. All right, let me check out my. Puck drop is going to be at 10:50 Eastern, so that is 20 minutes from now. So hold on tight. Rangers alternates are sweet. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one who likes that. I'm a sucker for those lighter blue jerseys, and I love this sweater collar too. To get into the Hall of Fame, it's 3 years after you retire. That's right. It was interesting. I was discussing this with somebody. Like, would Ovechkin, considering he broke Gretzky's goal scoring record, a very hallowed accomplishment, would Ovechkin have those 3 years bypassed? And same thing for Sidney Crosby. Oilers alternate looks pretty slick. I haven't actually seen them wearing it. Like, I didn't see the announcement on X or anything like that. But the teaser image I saw of it, I did not like. But then when I saw like a professional photo of it, or at least I think I did, then I'm like, okay, I don't love it, but it's not heinous. Am I going to watch Joe Thornton's speech? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll have to if this is happening during a work day or something, I'm gonna have to call in sick. The Blackhawks black jersey's coming back, so it did get leaked. Yeah, the other day. I'm hoping that. Yeah, I think that from what we saw, it's going to be beautiful. Rocking the Matthias Ekholm beard. Yeah, I've got some work to do. I don't grow like the biggest beard, the thickest beard, but I try. I try. And somebody had actually gifted me a Matthias Ekholm jersey that was autographed, a Predators one, but nonetheless, still a fun addition to the collection. One of the best logos, along with the OG Panthers and Whalers logos. Is that in response to the Blackhawks logo? That's a classic as well. Derek, good evening. Thanks for stopping by here, and happy opening night to you. The black jersey will officially be worn in February. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any more Blackhawks jerseys. I've sold all of mine. So if I got one, I mean, that would not be a bad idea to splurge on that one. Hoping the Blues can actually win around this year. I mean, that top three is still pretty tough. And I think that Minnesota has the potential to be right there in the thick of it almost. But yeah, the Blues are still just a well-rounded team, and with the goaltending tandem, and with somebody like Snuggerud joining their forward group. I know they lost Bolduc, but I would be foolish, I think, not to predict them to be in the playoffs. I mean, if there's a team that St. Louis would be surpassed by, it might be, a fourth team in the Pacific. But yeah. No, Nick, you're right. You're right. Nick, don't worry. I did not sell your jersey. I've got it in the closet right here. So let's just say all the jerseys I bought that were Chicago. But no, I've never sold a jersey that somebody gave me. Good catch, Cortana. Big game Biddington. Huge game Hofer. Going to the Devils opener next Thursday versus the Panthers. Awesome. I think somebody else mentioned that too. Oh, no. I think it was Anime Nerd saying that he's going to the Devils versus the Lightning because he's closer to Tampa, I think. I need a Blackhawks white Fanatics now so I can put the Centennial patch on it. Bitchin'. You might need proof that I didn't sell it. Right. I hear you. I know, right? I'm like, oh, dude. No, I wouldn't do that. All right, so I'm seeing like 30 plus people here. Thank you so much. It's great having you all here. Happy opening night. Please do support the channel if you could. Just leave a like here. Don't do it for me, though. Do it for Cortana. Hi. You're a good girl. So yeah, puck drop will be in about 15 minutes, FYI. And then don't forget, we're going to be live on Saturday as my San Jose Sharks play their second game of the year. It'll be against the Anaheim Ducks. So come hang out with us on Saturday night for the late game. Have to hang it behind me during a Blackhawks game? Oh, yeah, absolutely. The crazy thing is now I don't even have a jersey for every team like I used to. I used to have at least 2 jerseys for every team, except for Vegas because they just didn't have that many at the time. But yeah, my collection has been depleted. It will hopefully one day be replenished. I think Dallas might miss the playoffs. Whoa, whoa! That's the hottest take I have seen. Outright, that is the hottest take I have seen. Is that because of Glenn Gulletson? The Blues would trash the Oilers. Could be your bias. Hey, they played the Jets very tough. First NHL game I ever went to, I don't know. I don't remember specifically, but I want to say it was probably against. It might have been not. I don't know if it was against the Kings. It might have been like the early games that I went to in my life were, I was about 8 years old or so, 7 or 8. Those games were against like the Kings. I know I saw them play the Avalanche when I was younger. Um, maybe I don't know about Dallas. Dallas used to be in that division, so I probably saw them at a pretty young age as well. I have seen enough tonight. Start the parade. Hey, best goals against average in the NHL. But good for the Penguins, getting a win against their former coach. The only goal coming against a goalie, a manned net, was off the stick of Justin Brazeau, but then he picked up an empty netter, and former LA King Blake Lizotte got the second empty netter as the Penguins triumphed by a score of 3-0, limiting the Rangers to just 25 shots. And let's see here. What about power plays penalty kill? Yeah, not much special teams in that game. Just one power play for Pittsburgh and 2 for New York. Very happy the NHL season is underway. Yeah, I'm on the line. Yes. I loved when Dangle was singing that in one of his videos. That's like saying the Sharks will win the cup. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, if you have Dallas missing the playoffs and you don't have San Jose in, I'll be very, very disappointed. But that's bonkers. But we do entertain hot takes. I mean, they would have to be their injuries would have to be even worse than like the Devils and the Wild. Those teams just cannot get lucky or cannot get any fortune with keeping their players healthy. Cortana, why giving me those big eyes? Give me those big puppy eyes. Point prediction: MacKinnon will hit. Is that MacKinnon or Macklin Celebrini? Probably MacKinnon. If Celebrini is above 75, I'll be pretty damn happy. I think he's going to be like probably at about. I think he'll be at about maybe 74. I rewatched that video of Dangle. Nice, man. I've been first time I ever saw Dangle that I was in Denmark for study abroad, and that was only his second season doing LFR. So it's so cool that he's still doing that. By the way, figuratively, let's pour some out, but really, let's cheers to Iggy, the victory puppy. May he rest peacefully. And Steve, keep going, man. MacKinnon at 130. Fair. I'll gladly eat my words if they make it. Okay. Well, hey, I haven't been the boldest with my predictions, but mine this year is that the Ducks are going to finish in third. So there you go. If Dallas makes the playoffs, expect them to beat the Avs again. I mean, that's just kind of the way things have been playing out recently. Although the players, as you guys might have seen over the offseason, the players said, like most of them, said that they would like the NHL to go back to that 1 versus 8 format. So then that way we have a little bit more variety in our first round playoff matchups. Hey, what's going on, Darwin? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. What do I think of the Kirill contract? I mean, you'll have several prime years for him, and the salary cap will continue to rise. But then when you have to pay some of these very skilled young players in your not in your pipeline, but guys that you'll see on the ice this year. I think that's just too much, really. I mean, I can't put it all on Kirill, but Wild haven't won a playoff series, excuse me, with him on the team. Uh, Not the worst injury history, but he's had a little bit of it. It's not like if he was 25 right now and signing that deal, I'd be like, "Hey, sky's the limit, go for it." But he's already what 28. Uh, yeah. So yeah, Izzy, that's a great point. So I grew up near San Jose, so I'm a huge San Jose Sharks fan. Cortana, you're okay. My goodness, stop whining, girl. Come over here and get an apple. Here, come here. If you're gonna whine Cortana, you got to be on camera. Saludos de Colombia. Muchas gracias. That's so cool. I don't know if we've ever had a viewer from Colombia before. Maybe. I know like Chile for sure. Definitely a couple from Brazil and Argentina. Like a Juan Soto level overpay. Yeah, and then I mean, it doesn't look great when you see what McDavid just did recently, making 12.5 for 2 more years after this year. Granted, that's a different situation. McDavid is doing that so that his team can still afford talent around him. TK, how we doing, man? Cheers, happy opening night, and go Canes. Do I see Ingram putting the Oilers over the hump? I think that's a lot to ask, but I mean, point blank, I would rather have Connor Ingram in as one of the two goalies and swap out either Pickard or Skinner. If you put, I think that Ingram, he's not any worse than either of them. So I'd rather that he works his way up and has a chance to stay on that roster in the playoffs. Just seeing if there's any other questions here that I didn't catch earlier. Wait, what's that? Although EA Sports did a hockey sim and the 5 teams came from the West, you mean from the Pacific? The Sharks and Canucks made the playoffs. Really? Did they like post that on social media? How do the Sharks make the playoffs? Like Sam Dickinson is going to have to be a top 10 Norris Trophy player. Interesting. And like 60, 65 points from Misa. Does any team have pink? Actually, no. No team has any team ever worn any shade of pink on the ice? I don't think so. And the crappy thing is that nobody really wears purple anymore either. The Kings used to wear purple. I'd love to see that again. Trayvon says, expecting Dallas to go to the playoffs and fall short again. Well, I'm here for the show anyway. Hey, it's not like Peter DeBoer is going to be there to yank their goaltender in the middle of the game. Hart is not going to sign in Edmonton. Yeah, I mean, if there's going to be a team, it's going to be the Golden Knights. At least they're the kind of the favorite there. And I mean, Aiden Hill could use an upgrade at backup because pink is your favorite color. Hey, how about this? How about this though? My last name is literally Pinkerton, so you could choose the Sharks. Unfortunately, they play, really late at night. They play these games that start at 10:30 Eastern, but you could root for the Sharks if you don't mind staying up a little bit late. We will definitely welcome you. Expecting to, excuse me, who would you rather have in a playoff series, Hellebuck or Skinner? I mean, I'm still going to start Hellebuck. In a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Final, I would rather have Connor Hellebuck. He's not that bad. The future is teal. Damn straight, man. Damn straight. Jordan Stahl got the highest civilian honor for North Carolina. Rod the Bod got the honor as well. Nice. It's time, man. It is time. I'm talking like Logan Stankoven, second line center. Give me Keandre Miller as like one of the best second pairing defensemen in the league. Let's do it. Let's bring back what he was able to achieve earlier in his career with the Rangers, because I thought he was really good back then. Yeah, Jake, I am back. Not from outer space, but I'm delighted to see you jump in our chat here on opening night, and it's a great time of year. A great time of year. I appreciate so many of you guys coming to join us here. Maybe the Hurricanes will win 2 games in the conference final this time. Yeah, and of course, I'm excited for Nikolai Ehlers too. A sleeper Hart Trophy pick. Good question. A sleeper Hart Trophy pick. Let me think on that briefly. But I would say a good sleeper Hart Trophy pick would be Robert Thomas. That guy's a stud. Kings wearing a new 3rd jersey? Wait, they're gonna have another 3rd jersey? Oh, by the way, TJ Oshie, one of my all-time favorites, is now an analyst for ESPN. Warroad, Minnesota, in the building. Blues representation. I do it. I do it for you. Hey, Cortana, you want another treat? Here, come over here and get a treat. Will Burnsy make an impact with the Avs? Hey, if he plays defensively like he did during the playoffs, I actually thought Burns was pretty solid in that depth role. So I don't expect everything from him. I mean, the guy's 40 now, but hey, I gotta admire the way that he was able to kind of, I don't want to say resurrect his career, but he just transformed how he played the position. He actually played more like a true shutdown defenseman. So, wait, are the Kings wearing a new jersey? Wait. They got the chrome domes going. Oh my god, they are. It's got the crown on it. I don't mind that. The chrome domes are kind of crazy. I'll be honest, but the 3rd, I like it. Of course, I would love for them to actually have purple, but not bad. So yeah, they're just bringing out the Kings right now, and then they'll do the anthem, and then we'll finally get this thing underway. I'm into jerseys. What are my thoughts on the Greensboro Gargoyles? Oh God, I haven't even seen those. I haven't been keeping up nearly as well. But let me just take a quick look. Greensboro Gargoyles. Oh, those are nice. I like those. Okay, so they're wearing purple. That's a great color for Gargoyles. Those are pretty solid. Small chance I might be in North Carolina later this year, or not this calendar year, but toward the end of the season. Excuse me. Maybe, just maybe, I'll have to make a trip out to Greensboro and get one of those jerseys. Those are sweet. Yeah, King's surprising everybody with that jersey. I mean, the design itself is a little bit oversimplistic in my opinion, but I mean, you got the shimmer of the silver, you got a different typeface for the name and numbers, and you got the crown. I think that overall, that's a thumbs up for me. Yeah, it's a thumbs up for me. They're not doing anything wrong there. Kind of surprised that, or kind of sad how it's Kopitar's last year. I mean, the guy's been still playing terrific hockey. Now do the New Mexico Goatheads. I saw the logo for that. New Mexico, and Kopitar gets much applause from the crowd. New Mexico Goatheads. Take a look at this. Do they have the jerseys? I see the logo. The logo is very solid. Yeah, but I haven't seen the jersey itself. I've seen some concepts though. Those look really nice. Personally think these Kings 3rd jerseys are. I don't know if I would agree with that, but it's not very far behind. I like what the Kings are doing with their home and away jerseys. All right, guys, we're about to. They're about to get into the anthems right now. I'm gonna update my little banner here, though. So they'll do the anthem right now. No jerseys yet for the Goatheads. Okay, the logo is pretty cool though. Roadrunners jerseys are pretty cool. Yeah, they did another one that's kind of like Kachina inspired. It's green though, like the main color is green. Yeah, the Roadrunners always have a fun look. I think. Actually, rooting for the Kings because the Avalanche are your division rival. The Kings game is not blacked out for you. Let's go. Yeah, and if you need a place to watch it, you can do watchsports.com. I think that's what it's called now. The Stream East as it used to be. But yeah, I didn't even like. I mean, in years past, I've bought the ESPN plan, but that thing is so BS because here I am 5 hours away from the Kraken in Idaho. That's a blackout market, which is not great, but that kind of is to be expected. But then the Vegas Golden Knights are a blackout market, and Utah is a blackout market, and Denver for the Avalanche is a blackout market. Even though those places I could not even reach there if I drove the whole day. It's ridiculous. All for the Crown jersey. Okay. I'm gonna miss the sunken eyes. Kind of does have that look. It's memorable from his portrait. I mean, not to mention his likeness to Jake Gyllenhaal. Kind of. I'm a Stars guy. I'm going for the Kings for fun. Oh, okay. Honestly, next time they need to do a Six Nations face-off, add Russia and Czech Republic, and maybe even Slovakia or Germany. I mean, there's some great talent that has come out of those countries in recent years. Switzerland. Scott Woodward's pads don't even match the uniform. Oh, I'll have to take a look. Yeah, but Darcy Kemper in goal, he was the third place Vezina Trophy finalist. He's had such a good career. Really, he's kind of like a hall of very good for me. Yeah, Wedgwood's pads do not match. But it doesn't matter. Had a 908 save percentage and a 2.32 goals against average in 22 games with the Avs. That's really good for a backup. Only German player you can think of is Leon Draisaitl. There's also JJ Peterka, who's now on the Mammoth, and we are off. Yeah, so seeing these new unis for the Kings, it's a little different. What are my favorite TV shows of all time? Scrubs. I love Scrubs. And South Park, of course, like seasons like 1 through 15 are better. Those are classic. Moritz Seider is also German. Yeah. So is Tim Stutzla. Like these are some really good players who are German. Wedgwood looks like a beer league goalie. Kind of does, yeah. Or like an e-bug. I missed the 2018 to 21 alternates. Now, I'm kind of confused when I see that. Oh wait, are those the gray ones? I don't mind those. I liked that when they had their 50th anniversary, they put the gold around the logo, and I think around the lettering as well. I thought that looked really good. Psych is your all-time favorite TV show? Yeah, I've actually never watched Psych. Yeah, Hurdle is Czech. Yeah. Pasternak is also Czech. Yeah. Oh, is that right, Chance? One of the issues that you were highlighting in your essay was blackouts. Yeah. It's probably one of the worst things about sports. Oh, Byfield almost had a golden chance on the doorstep and a big pad save from Wedgwood. I almost want to say Kemper because he won the cup with the Avs. Jake, what's going on, man? Good evening to you. Happy opening day. Hurdle and Pasternak would be starters for Team Czechia. Well, definitely Pasta. I mean, shoot. I grew up during what was kind of the this amazing era of Czech players coming into the NHL. Jágr being the first, really. Had some really good Slovak players even before the Czech wave. When you talk about like the Stastny brothers, Batman Beyond. Yeah, I never actually tried watching that as a kid, but I always hear great things about it. I'm shocked how well the Kings kept the third jersey secret. Yeah, no leaks. Yeah, like every other jersey out there got leaked. You want to see Ovechkin play in a tournament? Yeah, I know. Yeah, same here. It's a bummer. All right, here comes Burns and a pad save. Yeah, so first look at Brent Burns, 40 years old, no cup, but plenty of accolades. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. How do we feel about the alternate unis? I don't love those chrome helmets, but at least they're different versus what they typically wear for home games. The jersey itself, I like. Yeah, the jersey is solid. It's kind of a simple design, but given all of the shimmer from the silver, I think that makes it work okay. I'm part Czech, so I'm biased to Czech hockey. That's right. Get a good amount of people. Could we possibly raid your good friend over who is streaming this game as well? I've actually never done a YouTube raid, so I have no idea how to do it. Plus, I manage everything here in StreamYard. It's just a lot easier because then that way I can highlight people's messages. But yeah, you can always send me a message and show me like your friend's channel, and I can always take a look, give them a shout out or something. Okay, here I'll leave this one for you guys. What teams would you say have a unique logo or uniforms? So great question by Izzy, and I will leave that up for a moment here. Anybody can answer that. The chrome helmets make him look like Django Fett. It's got a little bit of that vibe, I guess. Who's my favorite Czech hockey player? I mean, it's still Tomáš Hrdl, even if he's a Golden Knight. We still love him. I got to see him in Czechia, so that was very special for me. Also, shout out to Tomáš Vokoun, one of my favorite goaltenders. And the Dominator, though. The Dominator would probably be my favorite, who never played for my favorite team. Dominik Hasek. The most thrilling goaltender that I've ever seen. Here's Landeskog. So yeah, isn't that crazy? Like he hadn't played in 3 years, and then he finally suited up in the playoffs. I wonder how long it'll really take for him to find his legs. We'll slap it in, and he'll go for the change. I strongly dislike the Kings jerseys. I mean, like, what's it going to take for us to get a little bit more purple out there, right? I love purple. It's an awesome color. Go Vikings. Any teams near Hartford? Oh, interesting. Yeah, Dean's right. Yeah, the Hartford Whalers were around. The Whalers were in Hartford from 79. Well, I mean, I know they started in Boston, but in the NHL, the Whalers played from 79 to 96, I think. Or 97, excuse me, 97. Oh, and the Kings have been threatening pretty strongly here for the past couple minutes. Only 2 shots on goal so far, though. Skull. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Jake, you're a Vikings fan too. That's right. Every game went under for the total. You mean the first 2 games today? Yeah, surprising that the Penguins and Rangers was just a 3-0 game there. Line's clear, not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean they're still a class of that division. Mrazek makes your top 3 Czech hockey players. Yeah, he played really well for Chicago. Yager, Hasek, Mrazek. Yeah, I'd probably say for me it's like, I don't know, just first thing I think of, I'm like, okay, it's like Hurdle, Hasek, and then yeah, of course Yager. That's a minor league baseball team. Is it near Raleigh? Well, I'm sorry, maybe I didn't read that earlier. Durham Bulls. Yep. Penguins didn't look bad today. Yeah, I mean, shoot, Justin Brazeau. Welcome to Pittsburgh. Checked by the Avs. And there's, Brian Dumoulin, who was acquired in the offseason as the Kings lost Vladislav Gavrikov. That is a big loss. But altogether, they were able to hold things down defensively pretty good. Darcy Kemper being a big piece of that, of course. They also lost Jordan Spence, though. I'm curious to see how he does with Ottawa. I mean, Ottawa is a team that, I mean, they play in such a tough division that they could actually miss the playoffs, but I could see them actually threatening for a top 3 spot. Like, I could see them winning a playoff round easily. Like, they're built not perfectly, but there's a lot of talent there, and it's a deep group of players, especially forward. And Artur Shilovs with the shutout after winning the Calder Cup, right? With Abbotsford. Oh, Kempe! Ooh, big save there by Wedgwood. Need more hockey in the South. New Orleans, maybe Birmingham. Well, I know that hockey has a home in Huntsville. Houston, though, it's looking more and more likely that the NHL will expand to Atlanta, Houston, and soon after that, Arizona will get another team. I mean, that's kind of the way things are trending right now. Is the Oh, that's a good question from Sakuna. Which division is better, the Atlantic or the Central? I'd say it's the Atlantic. I mean, that to me, I think conceivably any of those teams could actually make the playoffs, even though I think that Buffalo and Boston are still the teams that I would put at the bottom. Drugs are bad. Okay, that's literally the name of my Wi-Fi network. Atlanta needs the Thrashers back, or should they be another? Should they be called something differently? Yeah, we got teams in Savannah Ghost Pirates. Speaking of Savannah, just saw the Bananas a couple weeks ago in Seattle. That was amazing. I loved it. We're in a commercial break, by the way. Scores 0-0. Who's winning? The Bears. You'd say Atlantic is best. New Orleans Voodoo. Now that was actually a team though, or was it the Vancouver Voodoo? Voodoo, excuse me. Oh no, wait. The New Orleans Voodoo was a football team, I think. The Vancouver Voodoo was a roller hockey team, I think. Alabama would never get it. Not an NHL team. AHL maybe, but yeah, not NHL. Yeah, I'd still put the Atlantic over the Central. I think that like the Central has their top 3 teams, I think, like, if we're talking about regular season, they can compete with, like, the Central top 3 is arguably better than the top 3 for the Atlantic, but come playoff time, I mean, Florida, right? Atlanta needs another go. See, I was for years, I was saying, like, we need to keep this to 32 teams. But, I mean, just the way the game has changed, I think that the league, the talent could still be very competitive, even with a couple more teams in the league. Although, I mean, of course, I really do wish that we could get hockey, back in Quebec. That would be amazing. Or even like a team in San Diego would be kind of cool. Except then again, Anaheim and LA, like they already have 2 teams over in that area. Yo, what's going on, Sports Geeks? The Thrashers were trash, so they need a different team. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that like you don't want to curse your team right from the get go. 32 is perfect. Yeah, I mean, just it's so symmetrical, right? You half make the playoffs, but like if you add one more team, then you might as well have 36 teams at that point. Wait, where did Cortana go? We need Cortana back. Cortana. MLB might be expanding soon. Yeah, like Nashville might get a team. Just 3 shots for the Kings so far, and 2 for the Avalanche. Yeah, we got to face off in the Avs zone here. Natchez able to get the clear. NBA is going to expand too. Hey, I don't follow the NBA, but as soon as you tell me that the Sonics are coming back, then I'm ready. I'm dialed in, man. All right, here's Deneau. And cycle this around the net. Fogle and Trevor Moore. This is the 3rd line for LA. That's a pretty strong 3rd line. Moore behind the net. Looking out in front. Funneled around to the point. Moore looking in the slot, and nice defensive read there. Avs coming back the other way with numbers. Natchez. He's going to hand it off to MacKinnon, but he might have been a slash or something behind the play. MLB has way bigger issues than to expand. I mean, they got to get people in the butts in the butts. They have to get butts in the existing stadiums. That's what they have to do, right? Laucha, what's going on? Great to have you back here. Oh, and happy opening day. And Blackhawks, not a bad game. Not a bad game. Yeah, Vegas and Seattle will get NBA teams. Cool. I got no problem with that. Go Sonics. What was Dumoulin thinking with that pass? I've seen worse, but yeah, that was a nice chance there for Brindley, Gavin Brindley. I think he was a former first rounder. They need to get butts. Exactly. Classic Rangers no-show, but a regular season game instead of playoffs. Yeah, I haven't looked at like other season predictions out there. Are people saying the Rangers are going back to the playoffs? Or is it the Blue Jackets' time to get into the postseason? They've been out of the playoffs for like, what, 4 or 5 years in a row? Manson, looking out at the other point there. Olinsky. Yeah, not very familiar with that 3rd pairing D-man for Colorado. Here's Landeskog, and that goes a little bit wide of temper. Good luck there. Avs trying to answer back here. Manson gets around the net. There's Kopitar, though, and it goes behind the net. Maybe a miscommunication there from the captain. Now let's skate it out. Here come the Kings. Maybe 2-on-1. They come in. Oh, and a nice back check. Who was that? Malinsky. Nice back check. A final offer: Arizona Toros and Houston Greenhorns. Houston Greenhorns. I don't know what the reference is with like Houston specifically. It's not a bad name. It's not very often you actually get a team with green in it. So Rangers are on the downswing. I would think like they're not going to be, if they're going to be better, it's going to be only incrementally. I think. No slight to Mike Sullivan there. It's just the way that the roster is comprised. Any girls that coach in the NHL? Yeah, actually, the only one I know off the top of my head is Jessica Campbell. She is an assistant coach with the Kraken, the Seattle Kraken. And yeah, I think it's her second year there. So, but she's the only one that I know about. Yeah, exactly. Eric's correct here. Will we ever have an 8th franchise in Canada? Yeah, I would I would like that. The NHL expanded. Even though I live in the States, I would want Canada to have an 8th team. At least no Elias Pettersson for JT Miller to fight. Yeah, that's another team that I'm not really sold on right now is the Canucks. It's funny because every time I don't pick them to go to the playoffs, they go to the playoffs. Every time I pick them to go to the playoffs, they don't go to the playoffs. So this year, I did not pick them to go to the playoffs. And so they're going to go to the playoffs. We're in a commercial break, by the way. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Chance. The West Coast games do get over pretty late. I mean, for me, some of these games finish at almost like 10 or 10:30, which is that's not bad for me. But for others, boy, they are absolute soldiers for tuning in still. More information on the Kraken? Yeah. So they're the youngest team in the NHL after actually Utah is the youngest team, but Seattle has only been around. This is their 5th season, and they're not supposed to be a great team this year. Honestly, they have some very good young forwards and defensemen who will not necessarily be on the team this year, but they have a pretty strong prospect pool, guys who are between the ages of 18 and 21. So I think eventually they'll be pretty good, but like I just don't see it necessarily this year. However, I think it's more enjoyable to root for a team that you don't have expectations of, and then when they become good, it's even more enjoyable. Don't pick the Canucks to make the playoffs. You have my word. You have my word. Why were Miller and Pettersson beefing in the first place? I don't even know. Greenhorns are typically new guys or no experienced workers on commercial fishing ships. Ah, okay. The oil industry would be a roughneck, but both are used quite often. Not to mention, I mean, Houston's right on the Gulf, so would greenhorns apply there? I don't know, but I don't mind the name. At least it's unique, right? Let's go greenhorns. It's got a bit of a ring to it, right? Hmm. We're down to 8:27 in this period, by the way. Edie wasn't playing hard enough. The next management told Miller to say something, and Felix got hurt. Yeah, I mean, Pettersson, I don't know if he's going to ever be like that 100-point player again, but who am I to say, really? I mean, he's not like, he can't be expected to do to drive the play entirely for the forwards. There has to be somebody behind him who can do that. Phil Lapidal is their second line center. I don't think he would be that guy per se. Who's this for the? That's not Laferriere, is it? Okay, it is Laferriere. He's coming into his own a little bit. Here we go. What's crazy is like Kevin Fiala. It seems like he's been playing in the NHL for like at least 10 years. He's still only like 29, maybe. All right, let's cut to Cortana here. Cortana, Houston Steers final offer. Oh, on the doorstep, and Kemper covers it up. It was Brock Nelson's line out there. Brock Nelson, of course, acquired at the trade deadline last year. Here, come here, girl. D Money, hey, how you doing, man? Here. Hey, good girl. Easy there, Cortana. I don't have any treats there. Okay. I'll give you a treat there. Here you go. Great to see you here, Danny. And happy opening night to you. Of course, I'm wearing the Kings jersey because they're the home team, but I wanted to have something representative of your franchise as well. What kind of dog is Cortana? She is a hodgepodge of McNabb Shepherd, Walker Coonhound, and German Shepherd, and maybe something else. I'm not entirely sure. We moved back to Colorado. Oh, wow. Well, congratulations. We'll miss you here, man. But hey, if you're in a better spot, all the more power to you, man. And take good care of Brent Burns for me, okay? Interesting. So now Burns and Gerard are going to play together, and Malinsky's going to play with Manson. A little shuffle in the personnel for the Avalanche on defense already. With this beard, you think I'd be an Oilers fan? I trimmed a little bit of it, more beneath my chin here. But yeah, I never even knew I could even grow this beard out to here. And then just one day I just said, screw it. Dank, how we doing? Good evening to you. The most overrated player. Oh, geez. Does the Kraken logo, if that's their main logo, looks like a Seagram's logo? Yeah, that's their logo. Yeah. Who do you guys think is the most overrated player right now? Most overrated player. It might not matter to Sharks fans, Dank, but you're here on opening night, and I'll entertain that in the chat. The most overrated player in the NHL currently and all time. No, I'm not going to say Connor McDavid. No, the guy put the whole team on his back. I mean, I think I can answer it this way: for what he's going to be paid now, Kaprizov. I mean, look, I can't see him living up to that deal, but we have to see what happens in free agency next year if other players get that kind of deal. So there you go. Austin Matthews. Is he the most overrated? I would say he's overrated, but not not badly. What about underrated? I like talking about underrated players a lot more. Jake says maybe Bedard. You know, people will say Bedard's kind of gotten a bad shake because of like the roster around him. I think if you want to say he's underperformed, I think that's fair, but I wouldn't say that he's like necessarily the most like in that contention for most overrated. No, D Money seems to agree with you though. So much hype coming out of juniors. What is the most overrated franchise? Well, look at the Oilers. I mean, they have 5 Stanley Cups, but they haven't won one since 1990. The Maple Leafs haven't been to the Stanley Cup since 1967. So you would probably have to say the Maple Leafs. Steve Bernier overrated. Bad mouth 03 first round draft pick Steve Bernier. Was he first rounder? I can't remember. Yeah, Leafs, no doubt. If we're talking overrated, yeah. Because the Leafs won 13 Stanley Cups, but the NHL was only 16. Underrated Brad Marchand. I'd say that his career was something that I didn't value enough until he was in his 30s. Because really his body of work is pretty tremendous. And the way that he's been able to have impact in the playoffs, even as he gets older, that's fair. Biggest NHL bust, Nail Yakupov. That's the first one I think of. Alexander Daigle was not as bad. He actually had a bit of a career, but he was never anywhere close to being a number one pick. By the way, speaking of former, I don't want to say bust for this next player because I think he played his role really well, even though he was a first overall pick. He just retired. And that is Stanley Cup champion with the Avalanche, Erik Johnson. Matt Rempe. Man, I got to see him play against the Chiefs in juniors. I have never seen anybody that big in my life on the ice. I may support Seattle. What does the C or A on the jerseys mean? So if you see the letter C, that means that player is the captain of the team. So if the referees need to, or if the officials need to tell the players about something, they'll go to the captain. Or if the players are confused as to why a goal was disallowed, like the captain might say something to the official about that. The A is an alternate. Alternate means if the captain is not on the ice, then the alternate can kind of act on the captain's behalf. So a team usually has one captain, and it's typically anywhere from 2 to as many as 4 alternates. Big, slow, and dirty. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Matt Rempe would have been a great fourth liner in like 20 years ago. Ooh, Fogel had a good look at the net there. Who was that one Toronto goalie selected before Swayman that got injured? Couldn't even reach the league. Oh, shoot. I don't remember who that was. That wasn't the one who. That wasn't the former drafted player who recently passed away, was it? I don't know. I don't think anyone's calling Edmonton overrated. No, I don't. Yeah, that wouldn't be fair. Nice strip by Byfield. Yeah, Malinsky. Yeah, this guy can back checks pretty well. Is MacKinnon hooping? Is he shooting hoops? I don't know. I haven't seen him get any shots on goal, so I can't tell you there. No. Please. Izzy, keep asking questions. That's fine. We're more than happy to answer them. These are actually really good questions. I don't trust Google a whole lot. And that's fair. Whoa, 6'9". Wow. I heard though that there's like a 17-year-old who's already 6'9" or something ridiculous. Everyone's calling the Oilers overrated right now. Yakupov was the biggest bust in the NHL, in my opinion. The dude was picked first and then was out of the league in like less than 4 years. Yeah, just about. Kopitar, end of an era for sure. Yeah, we were saying earlier he should be the first ballot Hall of Famer. Got a couple of Stanley Cups. He has 2 Selke trophies, well over 1,000 points, and pretty much an Iron Man. I mean, he had great durability. And I think that as even though the game has evolved, I think that Kopitar has actually adapted to it very well. Ian Scott was his name. Okay. Perry in Anaheim? No, Perry's actually with the Kings, but he's hurt right now, so he's not in the lineup. Yeah. Yeah, Doughty, he'll probably be the next one after Kopitar to probably have his number retired. I think that both of them probably would. Perry's out 6-8 weeks. Oh, I didn't know it was even that long. It sucks. Perry looked really good in the playoffs. I mean, for somebody his age. I mean, I would not count out Perry as a Hall of Famer. I don't think he's going to be first ballot, but I don't know if he won another Stanley Cup, I would think that maybe he would have a shot at. He'd have a better shot at getting in. Oh, here comes Trevor Moore coming in, and nice play again. Malinsky, very solid foundation on defense there. Wait, we got a fight? Wait, okay. Well, I'd like to turn up the volume, but I'd have to put my headphones on here because I don't want to get flagged for copyright. Yeah, my guess is probably behind. So, oh, what a hit! That wasn't Malinsky there, was it? Oh, no, it was Manson. Yeah, Manson is fighting Malott. Yeah, Manson's holding his own, and they tussle to the ground here. Manson deleted Fogle. Yeah, that was a textbook hit. Perry Stanley Cup run, even in losses, is still impressive. Yeah, and I think that the way that he was able to contribute for those. That was a boom. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, then again, in today's NHL, players when they see a big hit, it's like, okay, now I got to go fight somebody. It's different than it was in decades past. But let's take a look at this again. Fogle. Oh, well, wait a second. Manson didn't. No, he didn't leave his feet. No. And is that center? He's got his head down a little bit. No, that's a good hit. That's a good hit. Hockey's back. Let's go. Exactly. Didn't expect this game to get chippy. Hey, you saw what happened in the preseason with the Battle of Florida. This game has everything. So the Avalanche are going to get a power play, by the way. Sorry, by the way, we're in the final 2 minutes of this. Oh, yeah, that's right. And I always put there we go. Final 2 minutes minute 33 of this period. But yeah, the Avs are going to have a power play. Has to get better this year. Yeah, you wouldn't even think that'd be a problem with this group. Fighting is controversial. We love it. I hear you. But we do. All right. So we got a face-off in the Kings zone. And the Kings win this one. Good job by Quentin Byfield. And Doughty's going to send this all the way down. Sharks got hope for the playoffs. I literally think that probably the first time I might consider that is like 2027, 28. Like basically two full calendar years from now, I might think the Sharks could make a run at the playoffs. Just defensively, they have a lot of work to do. All right, Makar and MacKinnon out there too. Natchez for the net. and steered away there by Kemper. And Byfield's going to backhand this out. Who would win in a race between Nate or McDavid? It's still McDavid. I mean, I saw him win the fastest lap in person. But MacKinnon is ridiculously fast, too. It's just that, like, MacKinnon, it makes it look like he's even faster. It's because he takes those real short strides when he gets going. McDavid, I think, has longer strides. But, yeah, both of them are among the fastest players that we've seen. Burns is on PvP, too. Nice. How else... Goop, what's going on? How else do players get points without scoring a goal? So in hockey, point means you either scored the goal or you assisted on the goal. And in hockey, you can have two players assist on a goal. So every time there's a goal, you have a goal scorer. Depending on the situation, you might have one person with the assist or you might have two players with the assist. And sometimes you even have unassisted goals. 45 seconds left on the power play and final 15 seconds of this period. Yeah, Ross Colton's with the Avalanche. I like Ross Colton quite a bit. One other guy I want to see back in the lineup for the Avs, though, is Logan O'Connor. And here's Burns at the very end. He'll flip it wide of Kemper, and we'll skate into the locker room, or the dressing room, as I think it's called more colloquially, with a 0-0 tie. Would the Sharks bring Burns back for a one-day contract to retire him there? I would hope so. I mean, I think he left. I want to say he still left the organization on really good terms, so I would think so. Now, if you won a Stanley Cup with like Carolina, then maybe that wouldn't have been the case. But yeah, I think so. Logan O'Connor's a heart and soul guy. You betcha. I like Oshie on the table. Yeah. But you like PK out there? Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some more of TJ Oshie. One of my faves. So since Izzy says, so because I'm going to support Seattle, are there any teams that I shouldn't root for because of rivalries? I don't think the Kraken really have a bitter rival just yet. I don't want to mislead you there. I think that, there might be teams that they develop rivalries with later on, like Vancouver or maybe like Vegas or San Jose, but not anytime immediately, I don't think. The power play was Stone, Eichel, Hurdle, Dorofeev, and Marner on the point. Good God. I just see like that's like nauseating to read that just because of how much firepower that is. When the Sharks got Burns, actually no, he was a defenseman. So he was drafted as a forward, and then the Wild were able to convert him to defenseman. I think he made the All-Star team as a defenseman. Guys, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was a defenseman with Minnesota, then got traded to San Jose, and he was still a defenseman. A couple of years into things, he got, actually moved to forward for 1 year, and at other times he would be moved to forward as well. But then, of course, he remained a defenseman for the rest of his career. The Stars are the biggest so far. I don't know what that question was. Canucks? Oh, you mean for the Kraken's rival? I know the Kraken played the Stars in the playoffs once. I didn't think it got really contentious, though. The Kraken and Canucks hate is so forced. Fair. I think Kraken fans would tell you that, too. Well, the Kraken did beat the Avalanche in the playoffs in 23. Yeah, I thought Seattle was going to build on that, but they just went back to kind of how they were their first year. Thoughts on Utah's new goal horn, PG-13? Is that I don't even, I haven't heard it myself, but somebody told me it's basically the Blackhawks goal horn. I don't know what the song is though, so I can't comment on that just yet. But I know it's been like 3 or 4 years since I last ranked goal horns. So I might have to do it. And another thing that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to bounce for just a little bit, guys, because Cortana needs to go outside and pee. And to quote Curtis from Alberta, another beer. So hang tight, okay, guys? All right. So see you in just a wee bit, my friends. Here, Cortana, come over here, get a treat. Come on, get a treat. Okay. Thank you for your patience, you beautiful people. It's either a Q3 or an F3. Is that that's the type of horn that was used? Goal horn is the Blackhawks and the Sabres goal horn mixed together. Oh, interesting. Sabres have a pretty decent goal horn. I have to hop off. It's 11:33. Yeah. Hey, fair enough. We'll see you soon. All right. Hopefully, I'll do an East Coast game at some point. But yeah, we'll be, of course, live on Saturday for Ducks and Sharks. But that's another 10:30 game for people on the East Coast. Hi, Cortana. Hi, girl. Good girl. Here, Cortana, you want to say hi again? Wait, oh. Let's see here. I don't have the time to keep up with all the horns to stop playing Shell. Yeah, there's some people who really get into all those goal horns. I mean, there are a few that I remember not caring for, but kind of like if you go to an actual game, you're not going to be like, "Oh my god, this is so annoying." You know? Yeah, let's open up this Trader. It's the Trader Joe's pumpkin ale. Oh, Cortana, you can't have any of this. Ooh. Ah. And then Thursday, the Sharks. Ooh, Thursday, nice double header for ESPN. Devils and Hurricanes, and then we have the Golden Knights and the Sharks. Let's go. Right. Yeah. You know what? The more I think about it, I kind of would like to do another goal horn ranking. In 2 years, Celebrini will be a top 10 player. I think, yeah, if we look at 2 calendar years from now, I think there's potential there. He's got the good thing for him is that he has the infrastructure to succeed. I think that I think his goals will go up this year. I think that he was a little bit snake bit, and I really do admire once his season ended. You know, somebody had asked him like, "Hey, what would you like to improve? What about your game would you like to improve most?" They asked something like that, and he said exactly what I hoped he would say. And he said, "I got to cut down my turnovers." And I think it was in reference to him kind of going 1-on-2 in a lot of situations where he tried to stick handle through guys. And I guess just with the speed of the NHL game, he couldn't quite adjust to that as well as he wanted to. And that would be probably my biggest criticism of him. So I think he's going to be in that conversation potentially as a top 10 player in, I don't know if it's going to be 2 years, but it won't take too long. What's going on? Oh boy, I'm going to struggle with this one. I almost want to pronounce C like a ch, right? Like Schmertlich. I'm not entirely sure, but hey, go Ducks. Good luck to the Anaheim Ducks. I have some expectations for them this upcoming year. Even as a Sharks fan, I would like to see them be good again. Let's see here. How do I think Mies is going to do on San Jose on the second line? Is he? I'll have to see if he actually is named to the second line. Excuse me, because on one or two other depth charts, I've seen him as their third line center. I mean, that doesn't mean he wouldn't play minutes that are closer to second line, but I think that as a third line center, he could be pretty effective his rookie year. I don't have the same expectations I do for celebrating, but Misa's overall game seems pretty well rounded. I think that the Sharks have done a nice job adding a couple of veterans so that there isn't this high of expectations on the youngsters to get on the score sheet consistently. So I like Misa. I don't think that he's doing any one particular thing that makes me think, oh my gosh, the Sharks have needed this exactly. But hey, center depth means a lot in the NHL when you look at teams that win the Stanley Cup. And could Misa be that guy for the Sharks eventually to play behind celebrating? Absolutely. Will Nedeljkovic get a good amount of starts for the Sharks? I hope so. I don't want them to overplay Askarov in his first full year. I really don't. And Nedeljkovic, past couple of years, he hasn't been a brick wall per se, but he's played hard. He's done fairly well, I think. So I'm cool with him sharing the net. Which team will McDavid get traded to in 2 years? Well, really, it's more like 3 calendar years. I don't know. We'll have to see if the Oilers. Hey, who knows? Maybe Isaac Howard is a game breaker for them. Maybe the same thing can be said for Matt Savoy. They've got a couple of promising young talents in that forward group now. But yeah, by that point, McDavid will hit his 30s. Hyman and Nugent Hopkins will be deeper into their 30s. So, yeah, he could be a contender for eternity. Pantera's goal horn got added in NHL 26. I like that. I actually got to see Pantera. About a month and a half ago? Of course, not the same with the Abbott brothers no longer with us, but they put on a really good show, better than I expected. The microphone's cutting a little bit in and out. Okay. If that continues to be a problem, let me know. It's probably not my voice. I hope you can hear me okay because my mic is behind my computer right now. I said it right. Schmertlich with let's see here. Isaac Howard is a wanted man in Tampa. I saw Pantera at Ozfest in '99. Damn. Yeah, that's one thing. I really only started listening to Pantera once Dime passed away, and that's when I started going to concerts. So that was, 04, 05. Wikipedia has him on second line. Okay, wow. I would be surprised to see him there. I hope that was that with Toffoli and Eklund. If that's the case, that's cool. But yeah, I don't want them to put the Celebrini expectations on Misa. They had him with Graf and Smith. Oh, interesting. Wow, that's a pretty young line. I wouldn't do that necessarily. I love Graf though. I am. I don't know if I'm the biggest Colin Graf fan, there is, but I am definitely a Colin Graf fan. Uh, Try putting the mic closer to me. I okay, I could do that. The thing is, I like having the mic behind my computer ideally. I could turn up the gain, but then that could create problems as well. So here's what I'll do. Ah, there we go. Oop, here we go, right here. Eklund and Toffoli with Celebrini. Yeah, but Eklund didn't play with Celebrini last year. I think, yeah, Eklund was on a separate line, I think. I got to see Morgan. Oh, shoot. I don't even know country. Uh, well, that's cool. Best concert you've been to. Nice. Perfect placement. All right, good. Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of like I hope you can still hear me when I'm looking this way at my monitor, but I think you'll be all right. And thanks for letting me know. I mean, I could always try putting the mic over here, but then that kind of obstructs the TV, or I could do it over here and then look at my monitor and put the game on the monitor. But anyway, we'll do this for right now. So yeah, Colorado's still going to have a power play when we come back here. Man, it's already 8:45. It's crazy how it's like dark it's pretty dark by 6:30 here now. And once we get daylight savings comes around, then like I mean, at its peak, it gets dark here at like 4. It still sounds perfect. All right, cool. Thanks, thank you, Izzy. Let's see here. What games are on tomorrow, by the way? So we have. It's kind of weird that the NHL didn't start in Europe. I'm pretty used to that. So tomorrow we have 4 games. We've got Canadiens and Maple Leafs. That's a banger. Bruins and Capitals. We got the Battle of Alberta, and the Kings play tomorrow night as well. They're in Vegas for that one. All right, so let's see here. I don't know how much of Montreal and Toronto I'll be able to watch, but I'll want to watch that one. And Kings and Knights, that could be pretty fun. Battle of Alberta. I don't have super high hopes for the Flames, but may Dustin Wolf guide them to many successful many successful outings in this season. All right, let's have some fun in the chat here. So, who is going to win the Hart Trophy? So, you all let me know who wins the Hart Trophy this year. Penguins and Rangers Game 7. Really? Wow, you remember that? Dang. I'm always really impressed by people like remembering how long they watched my channel or like when they first discovered it. So that's very impressive. That series really frustrated me because Jacob Trouba should have been suspended for knocking out Sidney Crosby, or at least that's what I thought at the time. Thoughts on the Wild and their successful signings, Rossi, Kaprizov, and Gustafsson. Yeah, Rossi and Gustafsson, those look very reasonable to me. I think that Kaprizov is an overpayment. Um, he's going to give them several really good years. I won't dispute that, but just given what the team has achieved while he's been there, I don't put it all on him, but really, they're gonna find superstar caliber players out of this current group of young guys, whether that's Booyum, Yurov, Wallstedt in goal. Like they're gonna have really good talent, and you don't necessarily need somebody who's 6 or 7 years older signed to that long of a deal at that cap hit in order to be successful with what's going to be your new core. So that's my criticism there. Nikita Kucherov, no sign of slowing down, man. Nikita Kucherov, is he? I mean, I'm just spitballing here. When was there a better winger than Nikita Kucherov, besides Ovechkin? Hellebuck or Draisaitl? I do know one thing: the Selke will go to Barkov, even though he's not playing this year. How long is intermission? Well, it's just ending right now. I think what intermission is usually. Let me know, chat. It's like 17 minutes or 18 minutes. Kings win 1-0 in the third. Jeremiah, big time. That's that would be the second shutout of tonight's 3-game slate here. So the Avs are going to have a brief power play. I'll just update my card to say that they don't have it anymore, just because it's pretty quick. Wow, just 1-0. You're saying? All right. Well, if the Kings are going to win 1-0, who's going to have that goal? Your goat wins the Hart. Sidney Crosby for the Hart. When was the last time somebody on the team that did not make the playoffs won the MVP? In terms of, I actually don't think intermission's longer than the playoffs. Like, I don't think they actually set the clock to be any longer at the arenas. All right, so the power play has expired. The Kings get the clear, and out of the box comes Kevin Fiala, who was serving the penalty. What's a power play? So a power play happens when one team gets penalized. When that team gets penalized, the player who committed the penalty. Oh, there's a goal for Martin Necas, and the Avalanche are on top 1-0. And everybody, really important. This is the first goal treat of the season for Cortana. Everybody, give it up for Cortana. Come here, girl. It's a Marty party. It's the first goal treat. Here, you get your goal treats, girl. Oh my gosh, goal treat. Marty party goal treat. Good girl. There we go. So beautiful snipe there from Martin Necas. Yeah, let me update the banner here. All right. So that came after the power play. So Izzy had asked, well, what's a power play? So somebody commits a penalty, they go to the penalty box. So they have to sit for 2 minutes. Because of that, their team has one fewer player on the ice. The duration of that is 2 minutes, typically. Typically, it's 2 minutes. So for 2 minutes, the opposing team has a power play because they have one more player on the ice. You need to get rid of the shootout completely and have the playoff format for regular season, as long as it takes. I like 3-on-3 overtime. I would like them to start maybe with 4-on-4 for 5 minutes, and then if there's no goal, go to 3-on-3. Dean dropping the 5 spot here. First goal of the season, goal treat of the season for Cortana. Actually, let's give her another treat. More treats. Give me your girl. Yeah, Dean wanted to give you this. What a good girl. Can you give me a kiss? Give me a kiss. That's not a kiss. That's a kiss. Okay, come here. I'll give you another one. Here you go. All right, good girl. Good girl. Thanks, Dean. Very much. As fun as that would be, it's an 82 game season. Yeah, that'd be bonkers, man. Yeah, like I wouldn't mind 10-minute overtime. If they start 4-on-4 and then maybe go to 3-on-3, unless that's too much to ask for. Then again, I think that would work if the regular season wasn't as long. I don't like that we're going to 84 games. I think we should go down. I love hockey, but I think that it would be more exciting if we went to like 72 games. I think isn't that what the AHL does, like 72 games? That would be good. I personally would even take like 64 games, but playoffs stay exactly the same. Just make the regular season overtimes 10 minutes of 4-on-4 and then maybe 3-on-3 or something like that. The Chushkin, and Kemper's able to get a piece of that. 72 for the AHL. Yeah, we're gonna have 36 teams eventually, so I wouldn't mind 72 games. But of course, records would never be broken, right? Expand the rosters. Oh yeah, yeah. If you had more overtime, yeah, probably right. 17-minute periods, then 8-minute overtime, 5-on-5, then tie. Wow, that's unique. 64 games, more of a reason to put points in the bank. Yeah, so each game would matter more too. Yeah, 64 games would be pretty cool. At least there's no tie, unlike the NFL, who hypes up a game and then you have 40-40 Cowboys and Packers. I don't like either team. They can tie. That's fine with me. That's pretty damn funny. I love the 84. So Mike says, I love the 84 games, especially if your team is a playoff team. You get a couple more games of your squad. Well, it's fair. But like, what happens when you trade your players at the trade deadline? Then those last 6 weeks, 2 months, they can get pretty damn boring. I think the NHL wants to have each team play each other the same amount of times in both arenas. I think that's ideal. I don't think it's necessary though. But it's kind of like, okay, if my Sharks go on the road to Montreal one season, I don't mind the Sharks going, playing them one time and then Montreal comes to San Jose the next year. I don't mind that too much. As an NFL fan, like I'm used to that kind of thing anyway. So unless it's the Seattle Seahawks, because like 9 times out of 10 we play in Seattle, it's ridiculous. Anyway, that's its own matter. The tie was the best case. Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah. As a Niners fan, there's no way in hell you would like either team. In a season tournament, an in-season tournament for the NHL, like the NBA. Personally, I'm not a fan because we have already the Four Nations face-off. We have the Olympics. We have the World Cup of Hockey at some point, or even the IIHF World Championships. We already have the in-season tournament that we look forward to is every year is the World Juniors, and that alone makes me happy. I'm cool with that. I don't need an in-season tournament. Oh, you're a Washington fan, Chance? Well, good luck to them, except for when they have to play my team in December. But yeah, they've been a really good story. All right. By the way, shots are 8-6 in favor of the Avalanche. Here's Natchez drop pass Lehkonen, and a good stick work there from Mikey Anderson. Actually, one of the better stay-at-home defensemen in the NHL. 44. That is the number of a stay-at-home defenseman, just like Marc-Edouard Vlasic. He'll definitely we're on the veterans for sure, Mike. 8-6 tight game. It is a tight game. It is more of kind of a, I don't know. It is more defensive oriented. You're not getting a lot of like odd man rushes, not yet. Not the NBA in season tournament and gimmick that completely killed the NBA. Man, there's not one specific thing that killed the NBA. Everything killed the NBA. But then again, I mean, I'm just a disgruntled Sonics fan who thinks a good game is when the score is 93-86. All right. Top line out there for the Kings right now. Here's Kopitar at the circle. Try to go top corner. Now Kuzmenko hands it off for Kopitar. Back to the point. Edmondson and off a skate. Good work by Kuzmenko on the shift. Kind of like a one-hit wonder there. Bernsey. The Hurricanes might be my favorite team in the Eastern Conference, but if they played Colorado in the Stanley Cup, I would probably turn against them and root for Burns. Got your marks back for last week. 2 written assignments, back-to-back hundreds. Woo! Wow. Probably staying up till 3 in the morning on those. Hey, congratulations, that's fantastic. The in-season tournament was supposed to provide life support. See, I don't tune in to where I can actually comment on that. I'm just a hater at that point with the NBA. Go Warriors! And the other thing was, like, I got kinda turned off of the NBA because the Warriors that's not, like, my team, but I was kind of a fan for a while there. I mean, like, they're still my favorite team, but, uh, I don't have the same love for them that I did my Seattle Sonics back in the day. But, they were the next best thing because, they were the team that I grew up watching after or besides Seattle. So, there you go. Watch the Minnesota high school tournament. Yeah, that's another good kind of like mid-season tournament to look out for. And the World Juniors, by the way, are going to be in Minnesota this upcoming year. If man, it would have been so fun to go to something like that. Oh, MacKinnon and a pad save there from Kemper. Now Devon Taves, not to be confused with the other Taves in the NHL, and MacKinnon loses a handle on that one. The CC and Dumoulin contracts are bad. I don't remember the Dumoulin one, but yeah, the CC deal was I don't really understand that at all. Now, in my time watching him with the Sharks, I think that he's like you can do okay with him on a third pairing, but yeah, not good. I'm afraid for Team USA for which tournament? Oh, CC actually fired one on goal there though. Hurricanes are dangerous if they. Oh, sorry, Terry. I should say hello, welcome to the show. Hurricanes are dangerous if they put it together in the playoffs. Oh, the Avs scored again. Sam Malinsky. I've been saying his name more than any other player on that team. Wow. Sam Malinsky, have a game. I'm gonna have to watch this guy a little bit more. And the Avs are up 2-0, 7 minutes into the second period. Cortana, come here, get another goal treat. World Juniors. Okay, right on. There you go, boo boo. Oh, good girl, Cortana. Oh, good girl. Goal treat. Who loves goal treats? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You want more? I know you do. I know you do. But we want more goals, Cortana. But Terry had said Kings could be scary if they put it together in the playoffs. See, for me, following Carolina, it's two things. It's second line center. You need better talent there, and I think Logan Stankoven is going to be fun to watch in that role potentially. I'm a huge fan of his, by the way. And also, look, I know the numbers for Freddie Anderson were really good in the playoffs, but I don't think that tells the whole story. He's not making the saves when they need to be made in those elimination games or when the team is down in a series. I've always liked Freddie Anderson quite a bit too, but I think they need a better player in the net. And I don't seem to think that Chekhov is going to be that guy for them. So Carolina's, they've got capital if they want to make a good trade. Ooh, that was a big hit behind the net there. Was that Kiwi Ronta went down? Well, anyway, I would like to see Carolina address those two problems. If Stankoven's the guy as the 2C, that's fantastic. But yeah, they'll have to make a deal at some point. But they're going to still be a contending team for another few years because of what they've built behind their veterans. They have some good young talent. Kings need a win tomorrow off to Vegas. Yeah, that the Golden Knights will shoot themselves out of a cannon in that game with Mitch Marner playing his first game. Favorite NHL skate out onto the ice has to be either Winnipeg with a Top Gun theme. Oh, they do that? I didn't even know they did that. Or the Stars coming out to 30,000 fans. Closer to 20,000 chanting Dallas Stars. That's cool. Hey, if you're ever in San Jose, let me know. I'll fly out there myself to show you the best intro in the NHL. But those are some pretty good ones too. Uh, write those names on your notes. Yeah. And here I'll give you one more, Izzy. Actually, I don't know if he's going to make the team. It is Berkeley Catton. That's the guy I'm looking forward to. Sharks' new goal song is going to be bad. Oh, so wait, have they actually like released that, or do we not know what it sounds like? I like that they have a new goal song. I like that they decided to have a new goal song. Could it be bad? It could be bad, but I just didn't think that get ready for this. It's it's just I don't know, it's so played out at this point. Now, granted, of course, I missed when they had, what was called Rock and Roll 2, from Gary Glitter, but of course, for legitimate reasons, they yanked that, and that's fine. But yeah, get ready for this. I never was a huge fan of them using that. Um, yeah, they'll need a new one. They had a private thing for season ticket holders. Oh, really? I mean, that's good. I hope they listen to the fans. Speaking of which, I'm glad the Sharks are bringing back their jersey that they wore from '98 to 2006. I actually liked the white version of that significantly more, but in this new jersey template from Fanatics slash Adidas, really, excuse me, I actually think the jersey turned out pretty good. I like it. An Oilers playoff game with Enter Sandman. Enter Sandman always gets the crowd amped up, right? Especially in playoffs or when Mariano Rivera would come to close out a game for the Yankees back in the day. Even Red Sox fans have to tip their cap to somebody like him. All right, so now 2-0 as we come back from the commercial break here. Goals from Martin Necas, and also it was off the stick of Malinsky. Let me just double check to see if it was his goal. Yeah, Sam Malinsky. He's having himself a really good game. Who is this guy anyway? Sam Malinsky was drafted. He was undrafted. My goodness. And he's 27 years old. I didn't know he was already at that point in his career from Lakeville, Minnesota, in the Twin Cities metro area. Blackhawks only had 20 shots, getting impatient with the rebuild. It's going to be good someday, but it's going to be a long road. Yeah, I mean, I think that the Blackhawks are clearly in the mix for first overall this year. But yeah, I mean, they've got. I mean, I know that you talked about not generating shots. Well, you have to have the puck in the first place, and they do have some really young defenders. So just being able to get a clear when you're playing against a team like the Florida Panthers, who can just grind you down in your own zone. I mean, that's very very difficult. I should bet the Yankees. No, don't worry, I'm not a Yankees fan. Although when I was a kid, I wanted to be like Fred Durst, so I had a red Yankees hat with the white lettering. Yeah, I had that for a little while there. Will Connor Bedard sign with the Blackhawks after his entry-level contract expires? I it's really rare where you see a superstar in the making not sign his first contract after his entry level. So I mean, I'm not even entertaining that right now, honestly. Yeah, dang, it's because I came into this world as a reject. Look into these eyes, and you'll see the size of the pain. Is that what it was? I don't know. Joey Decord is a pretty good goalie for the Seattle Kraken. Absolutely, love Joey Decord. He's been such a good story. He even has his own like YouTube channel, I think, or his own. Yeah, I think he has his own YouTube channel. He's been probably Joey Decord's probably been the best story of any Kraken player from like the expansion year. Here's Doughty, slaps it, and fought off there by Wedgwood. Wedgwood looking very well composed. I've seen the Biscuit too. Oh, cool. I never got to see them. I've seen Corn. Actually, I saw Corn at a concert with Snoop Dogg and Linkin Park. Linkin Park finished off the evening. Who's in goal for the Kings? It's Darcy Kemper. Guy last year seemed up and down. Riddick, I believe. Riddick is actually on the Islanders now. So it's Darcy Kemper, who was a finalist for the Vezina Trophy, and the backup for the Kings. Oh God, who's backup now? Shoot, we got a delayed penalty on the Kings, by the way. Yeah, who's the backup for Kemper? Ah, crap, I forgot. Who scored for Colorado? Martin Necas had the first goal, and then defenseman Sam Malinsky to make it 2-0. And Joel Edmondson picks up a slashing penalty for the Kings, and the Avalanche have a real good chance to, or a real good opportunity, I should say, to break this game wide open. Although a 3-0 lead is not insurmountable in the NHL. On opening day, it gets a little bit tricky. Travis, how you doing, man? Happy opening night. I got a shout out from Trailer Park Sports Network. Trailer Park Sports Network. Huh. Is that hockey? Is that just all sports? Trailer Park Sports Network. Interesting. Cool. Well, I appreciate the shout out, TPSN. Very nice. Team USA has the second best goalie depth. Well, are you saying that Russia's number one? Because obviously they won't be playing in the Winter Olympics, so Team USA is right there. Trying to think of who might be better otherwise. The backup is no longer Phoenix Copley. The Lightning claimed him off waivers. So who's the backup in LA? Is that a vintage Sharky plush? Yes, it is. Here. I actually have a different name for him. I call him Sherwin the Shark because when you have him with you, it's a sure win. Yeah, it's actually a hand puppet. So actually, when I was 11 years old, so when I was sound like gingerbread from Shrek. When I was 11, I was treated to an amazing birthday party. So some of my friends went to a Sharks game, and Sharky literally brought me a duffel bag with this in there and a couple other like tchotchkes and whatnot. So yeah, I've had my parents kept this around, and then I brought it when I moved out of state. Exactly. A muffin man. Yeah, I love it, man. I was quoting that to my fiance like not too long ago. Sharky is so awesome. I know, right? I love Sharky. Although Sharky also at a fan fest, I was in front of one of the lines to get into FanFest, and so when the doors finally open, Sharky comes out, opens the door in front of me, and then pushes me out of the way, like he's gonna let other people in. I'm just like laughing, like you're not seriously doing this, and then he gave me a hug and let me in. Let's see. Anton Forsberg. Okay, Anton Forsberg. If if Kemper stays healthy, then Forsberg won't have to play too much of a role. He gave me a hug. Yeah, exactly. No, I just got a little punked by Sharky, and I mean that's the way it's supposed to be with mascots. They're supposed to punk even their own fans. He's been getting pretty big over the past year. Young guy, and he's a Sharks fan. 38,500. Okay, okay. I'm gonna look this guy up right now. 30. Wow. Yeah, he could teach me a thing or two about building an audience. My goodness. Trailer Park sports fan. Well, thanks for letting me know. That's very kind of him. Trailer Park Sports Network. Trail. I said trail. Trailer Park Sports. Okay. Yeah, 38,500. Beautiful. Huh. Cool. I'll give him a follow. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, right. Yeah, PG-13. I'm only going on beer number 2 here. Oh, if I was, you know, on the verge of cracking the third one already or the fourth, then I'd probably get into the quoting. Like sometimes people have gotten me to actually do imitations. There's really not that many Sharks fan accounts. Hey, I got to give a big shout out to, of course, Teal Town. Oh, there's Bernsey. I got to give a shout out to Teal Town because they have been covering the Sharks since I think 2014, 15. So they've been doing this for many, many years when the Sharks were good initially for the most part, and also when they've been bad. And big shout out Professor Hockey. If you don't follow Professor Hockey, somebody like him breaks down this game much better than I would ever be able to, and he just tells you like it is. So, Professor Hockey, big shout out. I've been watching him for probably about 5 years. He's been watching the hockey guy, and wow, I mean that seems like a freaking badge of honor for me. I mean, to be mentioned in those in the same breath as those guys. By the way, Mike Bartner. Anybody follow Mike Bartner on YouTube or Instagram? Big shout out. I want to congratulate him because he's going to be creating some content for Bleacher Report. Yeah, Teal Town USA. That's right. And there are other channels out there, but yeah, gotta show some love for Teal Town. Shout out to Eric over there, and also to Professor Hockey, who lives in I think in the Montreal area, and he watches all the games, all the Sharks games, even though some of those end at like 1:30 in the morning for him. Yeah, thank you, Travis. Get free memberships to Hot Take Hockey. Hot Take Hockey, man. Our guy John over there. I mean, he's been on YouTube about as long as I have as well. We're like the old guard of hockey YouTube. It started with like Steve Dangle, right? And then it was like, Urinating Tree would make some videos about hockey, and then here comes the hockey guy, and then there was like it seemed like only like a handful of us who decided to make videos as well. There was like Post to Post, of course, Hands Down Hockey, and then Hot Take Hockey came in. Nick, Windy City Hockey, Gravity, Nathan Gravity, you guys know him. Top Shelf Hockey, Edmondson, big booming shot there that goes wide of the net. So by the way, the power play for the Avalanche, long expired. Here we go. We're down to 6 minutes in this period. There we go. Still 2-0. Team Kryptonites. That's kind of a fun. That's kind of a fun topic, actually. I would consider that for a future video. All right. Let's see if the Kings can get something going here. Brent Clark, nice entry pass, and immediately one and done off a skate. Yo, Armia. Yo, Armia. I loved you with Montreal. Come on, what was that, buddy? Eck, the hockey YouTuber, he also does Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, shoot, he's got a handful of really successful channels. Here's MacKinnon bringing it around the net. One-timer? No. Makar passes up the shot into the slot. Makar, he shoots. The rebound, they score. And Arturi Lehkonen makes it 3-0. Dude, talk about one of my favorite players to watch in that Stanley Cup run. I love Lehkonen. Here, come here for a treat, girl. Mwah. Good girl. Oh, good girl. You want to say hi to our viewers? You look over here. No. 3-0 Colorado, man. I watch a lot of YouTube Eck post to post, and to get well, that's cool, man. Yeah, everybody needs something to look forward to back then, right? Canuck Clay, yeah. Canuck Clay was one of the people who started making content, probably a little bit before I did. But yeah, I'm doing a live stream with Canuck Clay. Well, I'm gonna appear on his 24-hour marathon stream I think that's going to be at 8 Pacific on Sunday. Am I wearing Sharks pants? I am because I'm wearing a Kings jersey. I can't. I have to show. I have to have some Sharks on me, or else I just feel dirty. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, I decided to wear those. Neil from Post to Post, urinating tree. Yeah, thanks, man. Hey, you're without urinating tree and Post to Post. And the hockey guy, like those were like the big uh inspirations for me. Okay, down to 4:10 here in the second period. Kings are stuck on just 9 shots. And yeah, this period, it seems like they have not like just now. They're in the zone for about 6 or 7 seconds, and then that puck is out of there. Grenade Tree is a top 5 sports YouTuber. Truer words cannot be spoken. Like those legacy of failure videos. I think it's really been a while since he was doing that series, and I understand why, but I need to see that thing come back. Like, I don't know, Minnesota Wild in the first round, a legacy of failure or something like that. I have a pair of Curtis Brown warm-up pants. That is a crazy story. Warm-up pants. I mean, I know people who like get skates or sticks or whatever, but pants. Commercial break, by the way. You need to update the Vikings legacy of failure. Excuse me. Yeah, because the last time he did that was before Kirk Cousins even was signed. If the Cubs didn't win in 2016, all 3 of your teams he covers would be on a legacy of failure. That's true. That's true. I didn't know. You probably mentioned it at one point, but yeah, the Cubs. Let's see. Have they gone to the NLCS since they won the World Series? I can't remember. Uh, Eric says maybe the Kings should not have made Ken Holland their GM. I mean, shoot, just look at what they did in the offseason, right? 50-year-old dad was watching his Leafs legacy of failure video. Oh, and laughed his butt off. Yeah, absolutely. That was just a brilliant production, and I imagine that probably took about probably. I mean, something like that could take at least 150 hours. I kid you not to make something like that because he had it all right, and he went through every year, which is remarkable. But man, like just talking about the Leafs, how Harold Ballard, how he ran his business. Yeah, I mean you could make a channel just about almost about that entirely. Jake, you gotta. Oh, Jake, yeah, you gotta go, man. All right, man. I'll talk to you soon, man. Enjoy the bye week, by the way. They're in the NLDS, but they're about to be eliminated by the Brew Crew. Love me some games at Wrigley Field. I haven't been in forever because, um, yeah, last time I was in Chicago was 2010. But I've been to a lot of Cubs games. Had a lot of fun over there. Here comes Kopitar, gaining the zone. He'll toward the net. Nice sneaky play there, looking for Kuzmenko, but Wedgwood read that like a book. Yeah, hate the Brewers. Yeah, yeah. When I lived in Chicago, that was pretty much what it was too. It was Cubs and Brewers, and obviously the Cardinals too. But the Brewers were still pretty good back then. All right, 17 shots for the Avalanche and just 10 for the. Damn! Colton almost went off to the races with that one. There's Kuzmenko. Good defense there from Gerard, and bumped into the neutral. Here comes Jack Drury, former Hurricane. Ooh, big hit there in the corner. Remains at the point. A shot. And Makar's shot gets blocked. He'll have to retreat into his own zone. Ben Oakley, who did a 4-part series on the Oiler Decade of Darkness, is doing a series on the 90s era Leafs. Interesting. So the Decade of Darkness, I would assume that was probably, it was the Decade of Darkness after that 06 run, right? It was between then and 2016, right? I haven't gotten a chance to watch tonight. ESPN Plus, all the sports subscriptions have been quite expensive. Yeah, that's why I'm watching a bootleg, man. That's the only way to do it because actually it's on ESPN, so I wouldn't be blacked out for this. But for like normal home games, the Avs are blackout market. So is the Mammoth. So are the Knights and the Kraken for me. Even though the closest team for me is Seattle, but like I could drive to Vancouver, Calgary, and even Edmonton way before I could get to Vegas or Denver or even Salt Lake for that matter. I could get to Edmonton in the same amount of time. From 06 to before McDavid was drafted. Yeah, that was horrible for them. Actually, same thing, Eric, except for that like 08, 09 season, Carolina was garbage for even longer. But you know what he needs to do? He needs to do one on the Buffalo Sabres. Him or Pinholes Graham. I assume he's still making videos. Those productions are a lot of fun. I like those quite a bit. Amazing work that he's done over there. But yeah, I would actually, would I make one on the Sabres? That'd be kind of mean, but I kind of would. Poor Buffalo, man. Poor Buffalo. Who's saying what's going on? What will the total be? Let's say 4-1, 4-1. So it would be a 5-goal game. My best guess is a 4-1 victory for the Avalanche. Or excuse me. 4-1. Yeah, 4-1. Is this a shocking score or expected? It's a little surprising, but remember that with the NHL, they play 82 games. So you're going to have plenty of games produce unexpected results. So any night, like even the worst team in the NHL can beat the best team in the NHL at some point in the year. That can happen. Oh, the Sabres. Darkness, hey, welcome back. Happy opening night, and denied by the stick of I want to say Blackwood, but Wedgwood. My goodness, Turcotte got absolutely stoned, almost as badly as me last night. Or the New York Jets, yeah, the Jets too. The 05 to 08 Sabres, who were really good. Yeah, who knows? If we didn't have the lockout, maybe the Sabres and Sharks would have met up in the Stanley Cup final. Are there any Sabres fan accounts out there? I remember, what was her name? What was her name? Melody Martin, I want to say. She would write like cover songs as a Sabres fan. She did such a good job with that, but she's not doing that anymore, I don't think. The Avs love their wood and net. Yeah. Good wood. Good to see you here, though, Darkness. Thanks for joining us, of course. Final minute in this period here. And the Avalanche getting goals from Necas, Malinsky, and Lehkonen. Sabres are a poverty franchise. Yeah, there's no way around it. I mean, like, I remember a couple of years ago, I predicted them to like finish third in that division because they had a really strong second half, and Tage Thompson just went God mode. And yeah, it's just like I don't know what you do if you're running the Sabres organization. I mean, nothing seems to work, unfortunately. And it sucks for Rasmus Dahlin because Who here would not want to see Rasmus Dahlin in a postseason, right? Like he is built for the playoffs. How many first round picks have they traded away to have success elsewhere? So we're talking like Reinhardt, right? And Eichel. First rounders? Is there anybody else besides that? I heard I play with boomerangs, so something will come back to me. Okay. Pozdrovia. Had the Sabre, and by the way, that was me just trying to say cheers in Russian. I don't even know if I'm correct there. Have the Sabres set the record yet for most playoff years missed in a row? I don't know about that. But with, like, think about it this way: the NHL has had, the NHL has had like 30 teams for 32 teams, or let's say 26 teams. Like, how long has that era of the NHL lasted? It's lasted for like what, 35 years or so, right? With like the Sharks in 1991. So it's like impossible for teams to miss the playoffs for 15 years in a row if you look at previous decades in the NHL, I think. Say Skull? Skull. Let's go Vikings. We're going to play the Eagles with a 2-week unbeaten streak. How about that? Is there anywhere that you can watch a game for free? Yes. Yes, there is. What is that? Stream sports. Wait, watch sports. Yeah. Watchsports.sbs. Is that what I'm looking at? By the way, we've reached second intermission. Oh, Tim, what's going on? Watching from Sydney, Australia. My local team, the Sydney Bears, didn't take part in our local league as their rink is being renovated. All right, well, thankfully, the best time of the year has arrived. So, cheers. So awesome that we have people from Australia, from Colombia, from parts of Europe, of course, joining us on occasion. So, thanks so much. This is super cool having folks like yourself tune in. Yep. I still haven't, well, I've been through just a couple airports in Australia, but I would like to visit one day. I've been to New Zealand, but yeah, that's about it. Yep. Fun fact, Sidney Crosby is the sole remaining player in the NHL who still wears leather gloves. Really? I would not have known that. He wears, like, actual leather. I'm watching, Melody's, Sabres cover of Driver's License. Yeah, she was a lot of fun to watch. But, yeah, I would think one reason why she probably doesn't produce videos anymore on YouTube is because, like, the Sabres have just been miserable, and you get tired of making content for a team that doesn't seem to be heading in a positive direction. Uh, Mertlick says, "I'm a Vikings fan." I am, yeah. I might be from California, but, like, originally, but, yeah, I've been a Vikings fan for most of my life. Hey, 49ers are fine of them, but, they were my first love, the 49ers. Wait, "In Too Deep" by Sum 41 is in a Taco Bell commercial. Is that Taco Bell? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sum 41. That's a band that, they did a pretty good job, going out on top there. I got to see them in concert one time, but yeah, I bet they're gonna come back on tour at some point, even though they've, wrapped things up. California Vikings fan too, yeah, exactly. I don't think so, Humraj, I don't think so. It's been a long time since, she made videos. I don't look 41. Well, I'm not 41, not got a little bit of time there, so I saw Kiss before they retired. Yeah, yeah, I got to see them one time. It's funny, I went with my mom. She was just like, "Hey, I understand if you wouldn't wanna do this, but, would you go see Kiss at the Mid-State Fair?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." If the playoffs started today, Minnesota would be playing San Francisco. Oh god. No, 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 don't take me back to 2020. Don't take me back. I was at a, bachelor weekend in Austin when that was going on, so I was able to drown my sorrows. Let's just say the better team won that day. Oh, you drove yourself to Chicago to see Kiss? Nice. I mean, look, say what you want about their music, but, like, is it entertaining? Yeah, it is. Actually, my cousin was in a Kiss cover band. I don't think he still does that, but maybe he does. Yeah, so, of course, he was, the drummer, so I guess he would have painted himself up to look like Peter Criss, even though nobody wants to be Peter Criss. Even Peter Criss. You actually like their music? Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't. Is it Led Zeppelin? Is it, you know, Leonard Skinner? Is it, Boston? No, it's not, but, hey, they're a fun song. Detroit Rock City? Absolutely, that song's a banger. Cool Gin? Gotta go? Okay. Alright, Izzy, we'll see you around, and, enjoy following the NHL this season. Carson Wentz is throwing for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. I mean, he could throw for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and, like, 4 interceptions against the Niners. You know, Wentz has done a fine job, though. For what was expected, I'm satisfied, I will say, but I think they're gonna probably put back in, McCarthy as soon as he's ready to go. The champ is here. MJ with a 20. Woo! Let's get Cortana over here right now. Cortana, come here. I'll read your super chat in just a second here. Let me just make sure I don't forget. Look at MJ. All right, here we go. You good, girl? You don't want any more apple? Cortana is not satisfied with the apple, so I have to give her some jerky. Here, come here, you goof. Yeah, MJ just dropped a 20 for us. What a good girl. A kiss? Kiss. That's not a kiss. Give me a real kiss. Ugh, what a good girl. MJ, thanks so much, man, and happy hockey season to you, man. Welcome back to hockey season. Good to be back on here. I saw your post. Congratulations on getting engaged. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Jaws got engaged to Donna too. Yeah, that's wonderful. It's so funny. It happened at like the same time. And when I found out, I was like, wait a second, like, whoa, dude. I knew he's super happy, and that's fantastic. I was like, whoa, there we are. All right. Good timing, man. So hey, thanks. I really appreciate that, man. I can never understand what the singer of Led Zeppelin is singing. I mean, he's not the only one. I love Robert Plant, but yeah. Oh, thank you, Darkness. Much appreciated. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Humraja. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, Mrs. Twister. I've known for at least a year that she was she'd be the gal for me, and it's been a couple months where I've been really, really like champing. I always say chomping at the bit because I'm a Sharks fan, but I've been so eager, to not ask her. I said I'm not going to ask you to marry me. I'm going to demand that you marry me, just because of you know how much of a difference she's made in my life, and she's fantastic. So what we just did was I said, look, if we're gonna do rings, you're not the only one who's gonna get one. So we I've got hers in the mail pretty soon. She does have one. It's just that it didn't fit her quite right, so she's just getting it sized down. But I've got this cool one right here. It's got some abalone shell on it, and that's cool because like I grew up right next to an abalone fisherman. It's got some guitar string in it, playing guitar, so it's a fun ring. But yeah, where did I propose? Just, I mean, I have some, we have some land around us with the home that we're renting, because it's not like right in the middle of town. So I just did it at our home. I mean, we've been living here for like 5 or 6 months, and it's just been such a great experience for us. So I didn't do anything, extravagant with that. Although, here, okay, I don't know if she really wants me to do this, but I gotta put this in here because it is meaningful, I think. Here, I'll show you. Let me see here. Oh, wait, hold on, hold on. Let me show you. I got it right here. Come on, we got it. It's somewhere here. Oh, there's the Pantera concert. Come on, Nick. Oh, I don't have the photo. Where the hell is it? Well, anyway, um, there is a story behind that, but yeah, Mrs. Twister is a great name. Even better person. Oh, Chance. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, and thank you, everybody. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Yeah, life really did change quite a bit uh, once Mrs. Twister came into my life here. Wait a second, I got it right here. Yeah, so um, let's see here. I've got this somewhere here. Yeah, so when we were first dating, like on our third date, we she was gonna go to her best friend's baby shower like the next weekend, or actually the next day, and I was like, okay, well, you got to bring something to the baby shower, right? Like I figured a nice way to impress her. Hey, this is something that I've always been doing. You bake somebody cookies if you want to show them that they're special to you. You bake them cookies. So I had this baking pan and I baked these cookie bars. And so what I did for when we got engaged, I basically made her the same cookies, and in the icing, I wrote "Marry me." So that's how I I proposed to her. So that's how we got it done. Anyway, I appreciate that. That's very nice of you guys. The guitar I showed in my members video was awesome. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the guitar is awesome, dude. It's been like over 5 years since I got to play electric, and so I've been playing on acoustic. I've been trying to play metal songs on acoustic, and so now I come back to electric again. And it's so much easier to play, and so yeah, it's been a lot of fun getting back to that. The LA Kings Gretzky era jerseys are overrated. Had Wayne Gretzky never played for the Kings, those jerseys would be forgotten. They might have not ever been issued though, because really they did that because of Gretzky getting traded to the team. I like them. It's a sharp look. It's a clean look. Is it super original? Yeah, it's the first time we ever had silver and black in the NHL. But come on, the Kings, they need some purple. I love the icing on the cake idea. Thanks, man. Gotta start a band. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to play to that caliber. Yeah, my parents were in town too, so I decided I would, you know, let them, fly back knowing that, they were gonna have a daughter-in-law in the family, so, yeah. Forget Pink, we got Pinkerton with lead singer Nick. Well, if we were called Pinkerton, we would be a Weezer cover band, of course. A lot of great bands start in a garage or a basement. Yeah, I can't the thing is, like, I do not our place is pretty snug. We have land here, but I don't think that I would ever be able to have somebody bringing, like, a drum kit over here or anything like that. Alexander says, "The Kings air jerseys are not bad, just wildly overused and reused to death." The alternate jerseys, are you saying? I don't know if I completely understand. What about Creatures of the Night? All I know is that it's a Kiss album. Oh, Weezer cover band, dude, hell yeah. I mean, like, literally, it would probably just be us playing, like, the Blue Album, and in addition to, like, Hash Pipe, and I could play a couple songs off Pinkerton, but the Blue Album, the first album, I love that album. Let's see, I missed the Kiss band. Amazing how long they were able to go for. Yeah. I mean, I know that they, of course, went through many lineup changes like any band does, but they always had, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, right? MJ, sorry, I will admit, it feels a little strange not seeing your collection of jerseys. Where did they all go? So yeah, I'm in a totally different location than where I was, a year ago or even 6 months ago. So this place is more compact. So I have to just keep my jerseys in a closet in front of me here. I don't have room for a clothing rack. This is a lot smaller than the room I used to stream in. But the place that where we live is better. It's amazing. Like here, I'll show you what I mean. I mean, I live for those of you who don't know, I live in North Idaho, and that's not like potato land. It's very different. So literally yesterday in the yard, I had this huge bull elk hanging out. So that's the trade-off. I don't get much space for my jerseys, but we get space to watch elk and turkeys and deer and all kinds of birds flying around here. It's super cool. I got to see David Crosby before he died. Rush is coming. Yeah, I am very surprised that they're continuing. Of course, given the passing of Neil Peart, rest in peace. So yeah, I don't know anything about their new drummer though. Turkeys? Oh, we got tons of turkeys. Like I see at least a dozen turkeys every day. Like, I kid you not. I have a lot of wildlife. Yeah, yeah, we do. Uh, Post all the goal horns for the year. Yeah, I mean, if you can get some good, yeah, let me know. Let me know when you get around to that. That bull elk, yeah, yeah. I mean, those things can actually weigh over 1,000 pounds. I don't think that one did, but yeah, that was a big boy. But yeah, we've had as many as like I kid you not, over 12 elk in our yard at one point. You won't have a problem with Thanksgiving. I know, right? One of my best friends is a hunter. I don't know what the terms are with this here lease that we have. It's county property, but yeah, there are some cool critters, and who knows what we have at night. I kind of want to get like one of those hunting game cameras that you put out in your yard, or just to see what walks around here at night. If we have any, I don't know, any coyotes. I never hear them though, so I don't know if we really have any. But yeah, could there theoretically be a black bear that wanders into here? That would be pretty exceptionally rare, or a bobcat. You'd probably be more likely to come across a moose. We have a lot of moose out here. A tortoise randomly showed up in the lake across from you a couple times. Tortoise. Those things are gargantuan. So you're gonna get the goal horns. All right. I gotta check that out at some point. Just let them go hunting in my backyard. Yeah, right. Uh, we mostly have mule deer. A video of a guy who or of a bear that broke into a guy's house and ransacked the kitchen. I mean, I've seen something like that before. I don't know if it's the same video as you, but is what you're talking about. But yeah. All right. So the Avs are on a power play to start this third period. I didn't know there was a power. Oh wait, oh, shoot, my dumbass didn't even notice that earlier. All right, so the third period has gotten underway here. Rangers didn't score. I didn't post them. Kings haven't scored. Oh, so you're basically as we get into the season, you're going to be sampling, the goals being scored so that you can get the sound from that and then upload that on your channel. Okay, cool, man. I'm gonna here. You know what I'm gonna do right now? Let's see here. PG 13 hockey man. Boom! I am subscribed. Oh, nice. And you have the HCHL. Wow, you even have the Minnesota Vikings touchdown sign. I love it. Oh, shoot, man. This is great. Let's see here. Let me I'll get your notifications to start so then I can just get a sense of what you're doing over there. That's great. Hey, my pleasure. Skunks or raccoons have occasionally showed up in your apartment complex. Yeah, the good old trash pandas, right? It was the craziest thing. It was the size of a small dog, big for tortoises. The HCHL is custom in NHL 20. Ah, got it. All right, so 30 seconds left on this Avalanche power play. At least the Kings have done a good job in the face-off circle when they're shorthanded. But yeah, this crowd is pretty silent. I understand why. Here's what I'll do. I'll put a link to PG-13 Hockey Man in the chat. There you go. Nice. Another unpopular opinion: the Minnesota Wild's current home jersey are some of the most boring in history. Okay, it doesn't have a whole lot of striping. I'm a fan of it though. I think it looks very classy. It looks like a team that's been playing in the NHL for 60 or 70 years. But I know people out there who like the North Stars colors for them more, and I think that look is also pretty great too. So I get you. The Panthers rings. Oh yeah, what was it that it said on the inside? The Panthers rings. It's kind of like a little stiff arm to the teams that they played against this past year. All right, so now the Kings are going to go on a power play. We have a delayed penalty to the Avalanche, so extra attacker for the Kings and touched by who's that? Kiviranta. Oh no, Bernsey! Burnsy's going to the box. No, Bernsey. Olofsson is 95, by the way. Victor Olofsson. The Minnesota Wild's original look was the best. I didn't like the green jersey as much as the white jersey. I think the white jersey was better composed because it had the nice contrast. I do have a Reebok Edge 1.0. That's the only one I have. Reebok Edge 1.0. It's the only jersey I have of that type. For that original Minnesota Wild. We apologize to no one. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, but that Minnesota Wild jersey they're bringing back for the 25th anniversary looks pretty sharp. I wouldn't want to see that full time, but I don't mind seeing it early on, or I don't mind seeing it for the year. Excuse me. So the Kings are on a power play here. Their best chance to get back into this game. Avalanche get the clear though. Wild have gone to the cup. Would have gone to the cup if the Ducks didn't get that hot that year. Yeah, the Wild were such a fun story. I wasn't watching hockey a ton back then, but I did watch the Wild games. And yeah, that was the only time that they got to the conference final. But like I said this in my season prediction video. I would not be surprised if Minnesota finished as high. I would say like the highest they would finish this year in that division is third. Like They have a lot of potential, and enough to where I can't even keep them out of a playoff spot this year. But yeah, I mean, it's been way too long since they last won a playoff series. JS Jaguar, yeah. Yeah, and, shout out to, Manny Fernandez, I think, was the goaltender for the Wild, and he looked very solid. The Wild's North Star jerseys are awful. I mean, it's a little maybe for some people, it's a little bit too loud of a feel. I love it. Those jerseys are pretty great, though. Going to be a massive amount of pressure on the Panthers to win a third. Well, if they don't have Barkov, I think some of that pressure is gonna get taken off. But, I mean, look at it this way. They have that same group locked up for quite some time. Even Mikkola got a nice pad save by Wedgwood. Even Mikkola got an 8-year deal. Marchand's there for 6 more years. It's crazy, man. So it's kind of like I think there's pressure to win another one, but I don't think it's necessarily for it to be this year. Although, if they were able to do that, I don't know if we'll like how often will we see a team win 3 in a row? I mean, last time that happened, we didn't even have 20 teams in the NHL, I don't think. I hate everyone's takes on the Wilds jerseys. Well, I'm in the love camp for sure. After the actions the Panthers committed in the preseason against the Lightning, and barely any punishment, someone's gonna make the Panthers apologize. Yeah, but who's gonna do it, man? Who can push them around? Right? Toronto. I like that Craig Berube is their head coach, but until we see it otherwise, not the Leafs. Even though the Leafs actually gave them the toughest run this past year. The Lightning, they don't have the same fourth line that they used to. But then again, I don't know. Maybe they've had enough in terms of getting eliminated at the hands of their southern rival. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Islanders between 80 and 83. Texas is the Lone Star State. Indeed, indeed, I understand that. Kings, by the way, they get another power play. Or wait, that was yeah. All right. Josh, what's going on, man? Fork? Was there a goal just now? Because I might be on a bit of a delay here. Kaprizov set the market 8 years, 17 million. How does that affect the Eichel deal? It'd be really weird if he didn't get. Well, I also want to look at like what Draisaitl earned, right? Like if Eichel signed the contract before Kaprizov did, could he get Draisaitl money? Probably. Shot from the point and a tip play with Kopitar in front. Wedgwood, good positioning. Wedgwood is looking really sharp. Cleared down by the Avs. It is pretty crazy though that how much team guys have you looked at like the latest Forbes team valuations? I know that doesn't sound very sexy, but teams are worth like double what they were 2 years ago, or excuse me, maybe like 5 years ago. These teams have gone from 600 or $700 million valuations to like $1.5 billion in just a few years. It's pretty crazy. Doughty, he shoots and another save off the glove there of Wedgwood. 25 seconds on the power play. LaFerriere hands it off to Deneau. Nice job by Manson and his teammate converging along the half wall. And now Doughty. Armia's on the second power play. Didn't think I'd see that. Brent Clark, LaFerriere, high point, or high slot, I should say. Doughty. He shoots, and that deflects into the netting. We're down to 13-20 in this game, by the way. $100 million. Yeah, like it's crazy because like we're talking about contracts in hockey and like a guy who averages like 15 minutes a night in the NBA gets paid what the highest paid player in the NHL makes, right? Yeah, so that power play looks to be unsuccessful for the Kings. We head to a commercial break. Guys, just hang tight really quickly. I'm just gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back, okay? Wow. Yeah, Dean, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, that's right. $500 million expansion fee. Expansion fee. Expansion fee. Expansion. All right, BRB. Leave a like if you haven't already. And we're back. All right. Oh no, my stream, my game feed froze up, so hold on. All right, there we go. Okay. Come on. Chair. Yep. Hockey doesn't have the viewership as the other major sports. Not yet. Yes, teams are flush with cash. With salary cap going up. There we go. Let's see here. The Kaprizov contract will look good in 3 years. It could. I mean, like, it's a fair point because he'll still be at the top of the game. Excuse me. All right, how much time do we have left? Let's see here. We have NHL.com doesn't always update. Let's see here. What was that 13 something? NHL.com. What the hell? Anyway, toilets flush it in the key of E flat. Really? It's like, I am a toilet and I'm going to flush. Interesting. VHS C and VCR production ended in 2016. Really? That late, huh? Sony, Maxell, and other companies still have warehouses full of unopened and unsold tapes. That is really interesting. I wonder where those warehouses are. Warehouses. I would think they'd probably all be out of state though, or out of the country. MJ with the 10. Given how the NHL has expanded and teams have moved to different cities over the last 10-ish years, what cities should get an NHL team in the future? Houston, Milwaukee, and OKC for me. First of all, thanks so much. Now, I know that, who is it? Was it Drager who was reporting that it's like all but inevitable that that Atlanta and Houston are going to get teams next and that it's going to go back to Arizona? Oh no, my stream. I can't watch the game anymore. Oh no. Toilets flush and E flat. Apparently so. Here, MJ, let's get Cortana a treat for you. Hey, Cortana, girl, treat. Cortana, wait, are you here? Come get a treat. Come on, let's go. Atlanta, the Thrashers are coming back. Shoot, it looks like my bootleg stream is not working right now. Here, come here, girl. From MJ again. Here you go. Oh, good girl. Oh, good girl. Hey, look what I got. Yeah. Here you kiss. Good girl. Yeah. I can't seem to get the game anymore, unfortunately. I mean, I'll definitely hang out here for the remainder of the game, even if I can't find a place to stream it. Come on, friends. Okay, I got it now. Here we go. Ah, frick. Of course, we'll get it. Let's see. There we go. We're good now. Okay. Wisconsin is a hockey hotbed in terms of players coming out of there. Yeah. So, I mean, if I could choose where I want the NHL to go to, one team or one location besides Atlanta and Houston, that makes the most sense just because of population, right? But I would like to see the NHL in Kansas City, actually. I think that given you've got the Blackhawks there, the Blues nearby as well, Kansas City doesn't have an NBA team, so they could afford to have an NHL team in that community. And I know they did at one point in the 70s, but given what Kansas City has experienced with like how good the Chiefs have been, I think that would be a great market to expand to. Give Atlanta 10 years max until they relocate to Canada. Yeah, I mean, ideally we'd have another team in Canada, though, let's be honest. Still 3-0. LA has put more shots on goal. That, a couple of power plays helps out. Kansas City also needs a basketball team. They had, what was that, the Monarchs back in the day? Or no, wait, that was the baseball team. Monarchs were never a pro team, were they? Or was it the Kansas City Kings? Like the Sacramento Kings were there at one point. There are 2 T-Mobile arenas. I mean, there's T-Mobile Park. I know that. Yellowknife should have an NHL team. Hey, for Dylan Cousins being from there, and also there's another player, I forget who it is. Whitehorse should have its own NHL team. Bring back the Nordiques. I mean, it would be like, okay, Nordiques first, next game, Whalers. Kansas City Royals were the Kings. Got it. The Spirit Center. Can't say I'm familiar with that either. Vegas Golden Knights is okay. So we have a couple of T-Mobile indoor venues, and we're gonna get a penalty here. Is it Kevin Fiala going off? What are they getting him for? Roughing? Yeah, probably roughing there. With the exception of Evander Kane, how many players are left in the NHL who also played for the Thrashers? Zach Bogosian is he the only other player? Because Zach Bogosian is still in the league. That's a good question. I don't know if there's anybody else though. I think the Avs are going to get another power play here though. Kind of an undisciplined penalty there from Fiala. Did Andrew Ladd retire? Yeah, he hasn't played it for a long time. I forgot Evander Kane was the Thrasher. Yeah, that. Have you ever seen that video of him knocking out Matt Cook? Bogosian played for them? Yeah, I think that he was drafted by them. Or as I like to call him, Zach Bogosian. Appreciate you hanging with me here because, I mean, for some people, it's midnight, 1 a.m. Even I'm having a hard time getting through this, and I'm on the West Coast, but it's been a treat starting the NHL season with this great group of Twisters here. Don't forget, we're back on Saturday for Sharks, baby. Sharks and Ducks. So hope you'll be able to make it at least for part of it as I cheer on Team Teal, and we get to watch Michael Misa, or well, I mean, I'll be watching and or giving commentary, I guess, or just chatting with you. We got Michael Misa, Sam Dickinson, and of course another year of Mecklin Celebrini, Will Smith, and let's not forget Colin Graff, plus Yaroslav Askarov in net. Actually, Nadal. They'll probably switch after the Thursday game, so they'll probably go to Nedeljkovic game. So yeah, could be Askarov's first game of the season. Shark Stream, yes, 12:10 and 11. Yeah, even that's too damn late in the Mountain Time zone. Yeah, Lad's been out of hockey for probably about 6 or 7 years, I think. I could be wrong though. Actually, no. Lad's last season was 2022, and the Avs they score another one. And it's a Marty party, baby. It's Natchez is his second goal of the night, and the Avalanche putting the nail on the coffin there, and that's a power play goal. That's one thing that I miss. Sam Rosen, it's a power play goal. I hope Vegas has this much success tomorrow night. Yeah, I mean, they can tee off on LA. Hey, what's going on? Ice Packy. And you're off in what, Australia, or is that New Zealand? I can't tell because the emoji is so small. But definitely from the Southern Hemisphere. So thank you so much for joining us. LA has a back-to-back. Yeah, that is kind of let's be honest. That is a little bit unfair considering other teams are they'll play their first 2 games in the first 6 or 7 days. From Australia, cool. We actually did have one other Aussie join us earlier. I miss Sam Rosen, Doc Emmerich, and Pat Foley. I miss, of course, from the more national side of things, Gary Thorne. There's Tim. Yeah, cool. With the retirement of Matt Martin, there are now just 4 players who do not wear a visor. I know Jamie Benn is one of them. What other players don't wear a visor? Because like Ovechkin wears one, Crosby wears one, Burns wears one. What about not Ryan Suter, Jim Houston? Yeah, Jim Houston had a great voice. Yeah, those who called me kid and Bob Cole. Oh, that's right, Dean. Yeah, Ryan O'Reilly does not wear a visor. Kings' first games are the Avs, Knights, Jets, and Wild. That is pretty difficult. I'll raise you though, because last year the Sharks of all teams had to start with all the division winners from the previous year. So they had to. I can't remember the order of it, but it was like, of course, the Knights, the I don't know if it was the Avalanche or the Stars or something, and then they had like the Jets and the Hurricanes. It was pretty ridiculous. Jameson, how you doing? Ryan Reeves, no visor, and he's still not wearing a visor. Yeah, that's right. San Jose Shark, Ryan Reeves. God, that sounds so weird to say. I love the ESPN announcers. I love Bob Wischusen. Bob Wischusen has of the American broadcasters out there at the national level, Bob Wischusen at the top. Sean Thornton was the last player in NHL history to ever wear the CCM HT2. I'm not a gearhead, but I'm sure there are people out there that know exactly what you're talking about. Revo on the Sharks is crazy, yeah, for sure. Canucks won the 2024. Okay, excuse me. Well, anyway, I know that for a fact in my head that the Sharks had to play all 4 division winners for their first 4 games. I don't know. I thought it was last year. It might have been the year before. The most surprising thing about last year with the Sharks, is that you swept the Maple Leafs. Oh, come on, it's not that surprising. I know that one of those victories was a shootout win, but I have a friend that is from the Toronto area who, or well, he was my neighbor, and I would always give him shit about it because I mean we lived near San Jose. Zach Bogosian. Oh, Zach Bogosian doesn't wear a vi That's right. So what we were saying, Bogosian, Reeves, O'Reilly, and Ben. Yeah, there we go. Now the Kings have a power play as we're within 7 minutes of this game ending, barring a miraculous comeback. Did I see the baseball scores? No, I've been pretty tuned out, to be honest. Um, I mean, hey, if the Brewers can do it, that's ideal. If the Blue Jays, fine, I'll accept that. But nobody else. There should be an NHL award for Fan of the Year. Isn't that what Tom Grassi was for the NFL? Excuse me. Steve Dangle, though, that'd be a fun award. All right. Let's see if the Kings can get one here. Brant Clark out there with Drew Doughty. Deneau, cross-ice pass, Doughty. Back to Deneau, shot, and fought up by Wedgwood. Puck was bobbling near the crease. And now another save there by Wedgwood. Man, he's looked really good tonight. Go Cubs. I mean, yeah, I'm cool if the Cubs do it too, but it sounds like they're not going to get to the next round. Actually, the Avs are going to pick up another penalty, apparently. So we'll have a 5-on-3. Mariners. Oh wait, the Mariners are still alive too. Okay, okay. Well, okay. Throw everything out the door. Brewers, Mariners. Let's do that. That'd be cool. I was recently at the Mariners stadium, but not for a Mariners game. But I saw the Savannah Bananas. Ice Pack down in Australia says, "I'm a Flames fan. What team do I follow? I will like me more as long as it's not Edmonton." Okay, well, there you go. I'm close. I live a lot closer to Calgary than Edmonton. I can drive to Calgary about 6.5 hours. So maybe one day I'll go see them myself. Big shout out to Dustin Wolf. I grew up about 45 minutes away from his hometown. Yeah. Sorry I cut out there. I might have cut out. But yeah, I grew up near San Jose. Big Sharks fan. Twins won't win anything with the pull outs. Yeah, I know for sure. So yeah, it's a 2-man advantage for 30 more seconds. Kuzmenko, high slot, and oh, nice save off of Byfield by Wedgwood. If the Mariners won the World Series, would I be there? No, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't go to Seattle very much. So, oh, and a score, a one-timer there from was that Kempe? No, it's Fiala. Somebody with a 2 on their jersey. It's Fiala's goal, and the Kings get on the board. Nothing Wedgwood could do with that one. They'll still be on the power play for a little bit too, by the way, with under 5 minutes to go in regulation here. Hey, Cortana. Well, I have one little apple left here for her. She's so tired. She's just yeah. She's just passed out. Uh, anyway, honorary gold treat to Cortana. Here you go. Treat. You okay, girl? She's not even opening her eyes. Let me just make sure she's okay. Okay. She's okay. Cortana's she's not quite as sprightly as she used to be, but she still hangs. But with Kopitar, let's make it a game. We have a minute 17 in the power play. We're friends now. Also, how good was the Penguins goaltender with a season opener shutout? Yeah, that's the guy who won the Calder Cup this past year with the Canucks minor league team. I didn't get to actually see that game, but Congrats to Arturs Shilovs. Big love for those Latvian goaltenders, just like Arturs Irbe. Gotta get tickets for the World Series. Ah, yeah. I, I've actually been to 2 World Series games. Your hometown team has the greatest Minnesotan to ever play in the NHL. Really? Ooh, nice save by Wedgwood through a bunch of traffic there. Kings have the empty net too, so they've got a 6-on-4 advantage. 40 seconds here. And now they've actually the Avs only have 21 shots on goal, so like they've been in their own zone for most of this period. There's Byfield working it to Fiala over to Kempe. A shot and ramping off the stick, I think, of Wedgwood. Play goes on. Kuzmenko feeds it over to Kempe at the point. Kempe looking for a one-timer and a broken stick. So is that Gerard who doesn't have? Okay, he gets another twig from his teammate. And the guy wearing number 11 for Colorado, it used to be Andrew Cogliano. And, oh, man, Kuzmenko had an open net there. Another one-timer that goes a little wide of the crease. And the power play expires. Kings at least making this kind of interesting. Yeah, this puck has not left the zone just yet. And now the Avs finally get a clear. That's Brock Nelson out there on that kill, by the way, who broke his stick. Phil Housley. Okay, Hockey Hall of Famer Phil Housley. Shilovs is probably glad he got out of Vancouver. Oh, I'm sure he's not the only one. MJ with another 10 spot here. Which city's team would I love to see finally win a championship? You would go with Buffalo and then Cleveland and Winnipeg. I mean, those are all really good picks. It's hard to not vault somebody else up there with them, except for me being a Vikings fan. That's it. Because Minnesota hasn't won a championship in the major four sports since 1991. It's been a while. Thank you so much, MJ. Big shout out for the super chats and for you just being here with us on opening night. I wish I could give out more treats for Cortana, but she's so tapped out right now, and I exhausted all of them with her earlier. All right, Kings controlled the face-off, and oh man, why did the speed? There we go. Now we got it. Okay, it was frozen for just a second there. Actually, nope, it freezes up again. Seeing the Canucks win a cup would be fabulous too. Yeah, let's be honest, that'd be awesome to see just a Canadian team win the Stanley Cup. But yeah, Ottawa, Vancouver probably first. Although Ottawa, I think they're a lot closer right now, or Winnipeg for that matter too. Why not? Musferrier. He's working the perimeter. Now shot off Armia. Goes behind the net. Here's LaFerriere. Yeah, goal line. Oh, nice save by Wedgwood. Denying Dano. But the Avs are going to commit another penalty. Now we got a lot of pushing and shoving here in the corner. Just about everybody out there tangled up. Or how about this one too, MJ? How about Phoenix gets another championship because the Coyotes left. They haven't won a title in that area since the Diamondbacks no one. So if I were to choose another team that you didn't mention there or city, I would choose Phoenix with the Suns specifically. I said that a couple of years ago the Suns are the most cursed team in the NBA. Jaws won last night, by the way. Jaguars. Hey, speaking of the Jaguars, dude, how about that game against the Chiefs last night? I came into this year with my NFL predictions. I said the Jags were going to make a wild card, and I thought that was a hot take. Damn, they look good. They beat the Niners. They beat the Chiefs. They rallied down, or they rallied back from 14 down. Yeah, I'm enjoying watching the Jags, man. All right, one more commercial break, and then we'll get back to it. But yeah, 4-1. The Chiefs, Ravens, Bills. Yeah, yeah. What the hell's up with the Ravens, by the way? I mean, I know that Lamar was hurt, but like Derrick Henry has not really been a factor for that team. I don't think. Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, 317 yards in the first 5 games. I have Jacksonville as the AFC South winner. Oh, nice. That's impressive. I mean, shoot, even the Colts are looking to finish ahead of the Texans. I mean, it's still pretty early, let's be honest, but Indy's look good. Indiana Jones, right? Danny Dimes, coming from the Kevin O'Connell quarterback rehabilitation school, the Kevin O'Connell Center for quarterbacks who can't throw good and who want to do other things good too. Colts are overrated. I mean, so far it looks pretty good, but yeah, could they fall back to earth? Sure. Henry keeps fumbling the ball. You're a Jags fan. You have a teal Nike jersey, Nick Foles. I liked seeing the Jags out there last night with those original uniforms. They looked freaking sharp. Love to see Vikings Jaguars in the Super Bowl. Or I mean, really, the one that would probably be even more interesting is Vikings versus Bills. Except the meteor would probably hit at that point. Colts are overachieving, not necessarily overrated. I mean, it's only been 5 games. I don't think we could really be overrating them so much. But yeah, I mean, hell, the Lions got their butts handed to them in the first game, and now they look like the best team in the NFC. So anything can happen, man. That 2022 game between the Vikings and Bills, yeah, dude, that is the crazy. That might be the craziest game I've ever seen as a fan. That catch by Jefferson, I go back and watch that catch like 7 or 8 times a year. I have to go back and watch that. Um, boy, Vikings pulling out a gutsy win this past weekend. The Bengals finally win a title. Yeah, that'd be good too, right? Since he hasn't had a lot to cheer for since the days of the Barry Larkin days of the Reds, I would say. The OG throwbacks for the Jags looked awesome. Yeah, football is overrated. It takes almost 4 hours to complete, only 45 minutes to play time. Actually, like continuous action is only 12 minutes. If you didn't stop the clock and just looked at the actual plays themselves, it's that short. 49ers. Oh, yeah, Russ. I didn't even say hi. Hey, man. Good evening to you. Happy opening night. Thanks for dropping in and becoming a member too. I also appreciate that about you. That shirt that I ordered for you back in February still has never shipped. That makes me irate. I should get my money back and just anyway. Turn down for Russ. Uh, NFL is over. Yeah, that's right. The Rams Bengals Super Bowl was rigged because LA was hosting it. Dude, that NFC Championship game was very, very sus. It really was. I mean, all the props in the world to Sean McVay though. Vikings are undefeated in the UK, yeah, but not in the British Isles because I think technically Ireland counts for the British Isles. All right, we're getting to the final minute of play here as the Avalanche were able to kind of escape the penalty trouble that they were in. Here's Nelson. Avs are just going to be passing the puck here. MacKinnon and Anderson coming the other way. Ship it down. Niners should have played the Bengals. Yeah, there was something really, really weird about how that game ended. I like the NBA even less than the NFL. They seem to be constantly pumping music. There's something seriously wrong with your sport. And Shushkin, a one-timer, and Colton was looking for the tip. Just the tip. Look like the Avs taking this one. Sigh. Yeah, I'm going to call it final now. The Avalanche get the road dub in Gabriel Landeskog's return to the regular season, that is. So congrats to the Avs. Niners, Bengals. Oh, yeah, that's right. They met in the Super Bowl. Did they meet in the Super Bowl twice? Can't remember. Avalanche, 2 points. Dos puntos. Dos puntos. So tonight on opening night, Panthers get the 3-2 victory over the Blackhawks. A shutout by Arturs Shilovs and his new team, the Pittsburgh Penguins, as they defeat the New York Rangers in the Mike Sullivan matchup there. So Dan Muse, congrats on the first win. And here, Scott Wedgwood, awesome night, man. He looked really sharp positionally, especially, excuse me. Didn't really need to see a whole lot of MacKinnon and Makar for this game. So the Avs take that one, and they get the 2 points by a score 4-1 over the Los Angeles Kings. And yes, it was an arty party, most definitely. A Marty party and an arty party. All right. Have I ever played lawn darts? Actually, no. How do you rank your favorite hockey teams? Oh, actually, no. Like Seattle for me is. I haven't really become that big into gotten that big into the Kraken. Um, if I lived closer to in the Seattle area, probably, but people around here don't really get into them all that much. I mean, they had that great, you know, flash in the playoffs there. So yeah, San Jose number 1 by far. 2 for me is Carolina. I've been like a fan of theirs ever since they hired Brindamore. After that, I mean, the Panthers were right there, but like, okay, this is just for any team. Even like my favorite baseball team, the Giants, when they won that third World Series, I was like, okay, this doesn't feel nearly as special as the other two, right? Or like when the Warriors were winning championships, I was like, okay, this is just not fair. I can't even have fun watching them right now. So, anyway, Sharks 1, Hurricanes 2. I mean, look, I'm rooting for Brent Burns, but I don't know about like the Avalanche altogether. Like, I wouldn't say that they're my third favorite team. I don't know who my third favorite team is now. Is it the Panthers? I don't think that's completely fair to say. I gotta be honest, I kind of like the Senators. I'm hoping for good things from. I should like the Flames as well. I think, and the Kraken would probably be somewhere in there too. I mean, I really should consider them at least as a top 5 team. Which Canadian team is most likely to win a cup next? You'll say the Oilers. I think that's fair to say. Now that McDavid is sticking around for 2 more years, I think that gives them just about as much runway as they need. But if it's not them, it's going to be. I would think the first team is Ottawa's going to. I mean, like Ottawa could actually make a good run this year. I'm never going to say Toronto, but I'd probably lean toward Montreal. I'd probably lean toward Montreal. All right. Well, anyway, guys, I am fried after this 3.5 hour stream. You guys have been fantastic. MJ, and thanks so much, man. Like I should say, thank you for the super chat. I really had a good time with you here on opening night, everybody. And don't forget, we're going to be doing this once again on Saturday when my San Jose Sharks host the Anaheim Ducks. Yeah, what kind of direction are the Kings going in? And that was something I was curious about as well because the Kings, they rebuilt, like they retooled that team really quickly after 2018. I mean, they were able to get back into the playoffs 3 years later when I didn't expect that at all. Or I guess it was 3 seasons without going to the playoffs. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna tap out here, and thank you so much, people tuning in from all parts of the world, all parts of the country, of course. Much love. Watch my season predictions if you want to learn more about my thoughts on all teams. And we'll be back on Saturday. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for the super chats. And Cortana and I will be here soon enough. Once again.